Support your local fruit shop and help Queensland farmers.
One of my favourite fruits, oranges from Gayndah in the Wide Bay area.
And grapes from Warwick in the Darling Downs.
Beautiful strawberries from the beautiful Sunshine Coast.
Hard to beat an Innisfail or a Babinda banana from far north Queensland.
What about juicy apples from Stanthorpe?
You can't go past a Bowen mango from North Queensland.
Or a watermelon from Chinchilla. The Bulls Masters are all about supporting junior cricket, and we're all about supporting local farmers. So make a better choice and get into your local fruit shop.
I'll never win one of these.
It's only 3 tickets per month, mate. It's fair game.
Everything all right there, Princess? Oh, yeah, mate. I think I'm going to need some more Clipsal products.
Chemist Warehouse is making shopping more convenient with its new Click and Collect service. Just tap to order items online. And it's ready for pickup within just 4 hours. Click and Collect. Try it today.
Hey Horry and Mocha, can we have some tips?
Mocha, I reckon even you could turn this fella square.
I reckon, boys, we hold that lemon just down the seam. You get your technique right, we'll get that to swing. We'll bend it like a banana.
Bulls Masters like to say thanks to the Brisbane markets for supporting us so that we can run events like the Bulls Masters Youth Cup.
The Brisbane markets support all our local farmers, so make a better choice and get all your fruit and veg from your local fruit shop.
It doesn't. Alrighty, welcome to Bundaberg. We are back here for Bulls Masters once again. Bulls Masters Country Challenge, and SEQ have won the toss and have decided to bowl first. My name's John Levine. Jason Stearns joins me again. How are you? Good looking?
Mate, you got the first name right, Jason Shears.
Shears, sorry.
Yeah, you're right, mate.
I do
you
that
think
every
of
year, I think.
Justin Stearns?
I'm thinking of Justin, the
yeah.
ball selector.
Yeah.
Don't mind me.
Don't worry, I've been confused with him before, John.
And Brad Pitt and a galaxy of stars. So. I guess Jason, they won the toss and decided to bowl first, so I reckon they see something in that.
Yeah, look, I'll give you the tip here. We've been out and had a look at the wicket block this afternoon. The square itself is in magnificent condition, considering we've had very, very little rain here. The local groundsman Paul Denning, he has put in a super amount of work. But yeah, the wicket, look, I think it looks great, and I know Jimmy Marr was really happy with it. And I know that a couple of the YBA players are very happy with it. But yeah, there's a few dry spots probably at this northern end. And the SEQ captain obviously was interested to see how the wicket was going to play. Particularly, this is the very first game of the season, as our senior cricket has been played down at the Kendall's Flats Juniors. So yeah, it will be interesting to see how it plays out. Welcome to the Cairns, as such. Bulls. Bulls master for the SEQ Stormers, Dirk Taslow. Welcome, Dirk, to Bundaberg, or welcome back to Bundaberg.
Yes, thank you very much.
Oh, we're just getting a little bit of feedback there, aren't we?
We are, yeah. Thank you very much. Yeah, no, it's always nice to. This is our first night under lights, first game under lights since coming to Bundy. So we're the boys are pretty excited about it.
Yeah, well, I think last year's game was White Bay Flames versus Seamers.
That's right. Yeah, I was here that night, and that was Wide Bay's. They were victory on that night.
Yeah.
They got victory on that night, and so I was in the dressing room actually with them because I was pretty happy about that for them. Because I was sort of sitting here watching. But no, that was a great effort. So obviously the teams have changed a little bit since last year. So. And the boys are very excited about it. It's a bit of a younger side, this one. So, and I've noticed we've got a lot of variety in the bowling. There's 5, 6, 7 boys that can do all types of varieties of bowling, spinning and medium pace. Interested in the left hand. I think he's coming on now. Blaze. Yep, he's coming on. So he's one I know a little bit about. He plays for an area where I live, and I know his dad quite well. So he's a lefty, and I think he's played like Queensland under-19 schoolboys. So he's got plenty of potential.
Yeah, I was looking through the two teams prior to today's match, and yeah, these two teams have had the most number of player turnover.
Yes.
Compared to last year. I think it's something like Wide Bay has 9 or 10 different players. I think there's only 2 players returning, and I think the Stormers have something like a changeover of 8. There's only 3 or 4 of those guys returning from last year's squad.
The skipper, the keeper, I'm not sure the third one. I think it's a chance. It'd be a great catch.
And just short.
So it's just sort of a check drive, and it got some air time, but unfortunately Troy Cooper, our skipper, just couldn't get that one. That would have been a great start for Blaze if he could, for his confidence. Yeah, no, with this team selected
Blade, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Blade class. Number 4.
Dad's a concrete. I've got a concrete pumper which I use quite often back home.
So Blade's bowling from the northern end here at Salter Oval. It's just a lovely evening for cricket. It's not too hot and it's not too cold. There's a little bit of a breeze here, and as we were talking about the field before, the wicket block is in great condition compared to this time last year, and basically because of COVID, there's been no senior rugby league,
no rugby league,
no schoolboy rugby league out here. The only rugby league that's been played has been junior rugby league, so under 7s through to Oars and Appeal. Not out from umpire Rick Gower from Rockhampton here at the northern end. So there's been only junior rugby league under 7s through to under 18s. They've played a shortened season. They stopped about 2 weeks ago, and the cameras will probably pick up. You can still see dead ball lines, try lines, halfway lines a little bit on the oval. So
no, it's a wonderful complex. I've been here a couple of days earlier. We're at. I brought my wife up this year, and Denise and I just went over to Bargara for 2 nights, and we had a ball. They just had a look at the few of the sites around the place. So the Mon Repose and Elliott Heads, Burnett Heads, and then today we went up to Moore Park, so we'll look up there. So yeah, we had a couple of good days.
Yeah, you've done the rounds.
The weather,
yeah.
The weather's been great.
Fantastic,
This time of the year, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
So, but yeah, the outfield's quite lush. So obviously with the lack of rugby league on it, so it's looking great. So we got a game as obviously playing tonight, and we've got a straight up in the morning, and then another one at in the last game of the evening.
That's lofted to deep, extra cover. The fielder has missed it. He's overrun it. And he's done a magnificent effort. No,
being honest about that. I thought he did save it.
I thought he did save it as well. Yeah. Very, very honest there from Callum Wilton.
We were talking about before we went out there. We were talking about the lights a little bit. Well, we thought they were a little bit low, but I think as the night goes on and the sun sets, you get that nice black background now. So it shouldn't be much of a problem for it. But maybe did get caught up in the light. I'm not trying to make excuses for Callum, but he did seem to overrun it, or didn't even really seem to sort of know the whereabouts of the ball till late.
Another great piece of fielding out there at deep point, diving to stop the boundary. Nice low, flat throw into the wicketkeeper. Look, from my understanding, the lights were being looked at being totally replaced as soon as possible after last year's T20 Bulls Masters T20 Challenge. But with COVID hitting, the funds that were going to be directed towards that, I believe, had to be redirected in other ways, shapes and forms to support a number of sporting clubs in and around Queensland. So the light improvements have been put on the back burner. So hopefully in 12 months' time that the new lights will be on deck. And I know the mayor, Jack Dempsey, is very, very keen to get these new lights put in to obviously continue to attract major sporting events here to Bundaberg and Solar Oval.
That's right. No, this is certainly a great complex. Talking about sporting events, I played a city country game here back in the day, and we also played Zimbabwe here. I remember it was over New Year's Eve time, so they had the Flower Brothers and Strang, and that are top-notch side. So we beat them here, but we remember staying over at Bargara and then coming along here. So, and I think that was the Shield final year. So I sort of seem to remember all those little events that went along the way.
And that was an era that Zimbabwe cricket was very, very strong.
Yeah, well, that's right. But with the two Flower boys, they were
Heath Streak, was he in and around that time?
Yeah, Heath Streak. There's one other chap, I can't remember his name, but he scored a lot of runs that game for them. But yeah, they've been went on to become superstars of international cricket. Those guys.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a shame that Zimbabwe probably hasn't had the support of their government and the financial backing to sort of keep them up with the test playing nations. They basically only play white ball cricket these days.
Right.
They don't seem to be involved in too much test cricket.
I don't know too much about this bowler, but I love his action. He is number 9. They call him Anthony, so it's quite a long name. They'd have to get the ink bowl out twice for to get his name in.
We'll just call him Pereira.
Yeah, that's
Pereira. Anthony Pereira. That's
Anthony.
It's good
they call him. So
he has about 5 names. I'll have to go and ask him for his autograph later on, and
Bring
it'll take
three
him.
pens.
It'll tell you bring 3 pens and make sure I've got a half an hour up my sleeve.
Because I was introducing myself around to the boys, a couple that I didn't know, and I got to him, and he didn't give me his name. I suppose that's probably why.
Yeah.
We still would have been telling me now. But
So
he's a nice whippy Sri Lankan, obviously, background. So
Yep, he's bowling from the southern end.
Comes in nice and strong, doesn't he? So a bit of a slower ball.
Yep.
So he's got a bit of variety. This is the SCQ team. This is my region, and this is the region I grew up in. I played for North and Suburbs in the Ipswich competition, where there's a couple of boys along at that club as well. So many moons ago. So before I made my way down to Brisbane, down to Oxley Road, Graceville, and played for the Mighty Wests.
Wests, yes, Graceville Oval,
where the mentor for the opposition team, Mr. Carl Rackham, he played as well. So along with Wynnum Manly previous to that.
Yes.
So he did play at Wynnum, and then he came across to us. So.
Actually, little story there. I played lower grades for Valleys in Brisbane, and I was playing 3rd grade.
Yep.
And for some reason,
we always 3s and 1s play together.
Yeah, and we were playing on the number 1 oval actually, and you guys were playing on the number 2 oval at Graceville.
Yeah.
And a mate of mine, Randall Corliss, made his 1st grade debut for Valleys on this particular day, and he batted at 6 or 7. But it happened to be that there was no Shield cricket on that weekend, so he made his debut against you, Moose Maguire, and Carl Rackham.
Yeah.
So it was a pretty intimidating sort of bowling lineup just for a club game.
Well, sometimes we could get the state team out for about 170, but we couldn't get a club side out for under 350. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Depending if the other,
Yeah.
like those two were always automatic selections for Queensland. I always sort of probably had to, get the V8 engine out every time I could bowl because I was sort of had to get the performances up.
Yeah.
But it was terrific playing with them. I have to thank them too, actually, because they went on the tour to South Africa and left for 2 seasons, I think. So that's when I made my journey down there.
Oh, the Rebel tour,
Well,
yeah.
But so I made my journey down to Brisbane, and not fully understanding who was around, and and that's how I got my opportunity. Obviously, I had to play well in club cricket, and that's how I got my opportunity because there's 2 vacancies. Jeff Thompson was still around. He played in my 1st year, and Harry Fry was still there. And so, there was a couple of vacancies, a couple of spots. Still, that's gone louder.
Yeah. Sorry, I hope viewers aren't getting the feedback that we're getting back here at the moment. Just getting a bit of feedback in our cans at the moment. Wide Bay travelling along nicely into the 4th over, none for 22.
Oh, well bowled, Blade. Blade is... that's better.
That's outstanding now. Fantastic. I think we're getting a bit of feedback through the effects mic. That's what it ended up being.
Yeah. That's sound like a jumbo jet taking off out behind us.
It sounds like it was
a little bit loud. If coming through here, could I just turn that a little bit down?
A bit like playing out at the Ivor Marsden complex at Ipswich when the Jets the Jets are about to take off and everyone's got to stop because you cannot hear a thing. The umpires wouldn't hear a nick. Going through to the keeper. So yes.
So yes, the Blade is. Okay. So Blade's now in his 3rd over. Is that correct?
2nd over, right?
Second over.
Second over.
So I haven't seen a lot of him bowl, but I was in Ipswich when our West were playing Ipswich, and I met him, or playing the Hornets. So I met him then, and sort of had a good chat with him. So about bowling, and lovely kid. He's eager to learn. A little bit different to my action. He's more front on. I was sort of more side on, but he definitely swings the ball, and I've seen him in the warm up. So he's got a nice nippy little action. So.
Well, so far the wicket doesn't seem to have played any major tricks. The ball seems to be.
The whole block looks wonderful. Actually, that was a block of 5. So and they're all ready. So that's great for the curator. Great hats off to them.
the ball seems to be coming onto the bat quite comfortably, and the batters haven't sort of dodged or dropped their bat quickly,
No, they
indicating
hasn't.
there's
No.
been a funny sort of delivery.
No, it's coming through nicely.
Yeah.
It's great. So change of bowling. I think this is our spinner, Kirish Anthony. Oh, maybe that was the Anthony I had to talk to. Maybe his name's Anthony. Oh. Okay.
Gavin Scott on strike here at the northern end, number 6. He's a Bundy lad, but and plays for the East Club here in Bundaberg. But he's a farmer out Biggin Way,
Right.
and he comes in to play cricket. But I understand he actually played a fair amount of representative cricket down in New South Wales, and I'm talking about things like New South Wales 18s or 19s or 20s, 21s sort of thing, yeah.
Yeah, obviously can play.
And I've only really seen him bat once last season and just
Oh,
looked very good, and I've just put the mocker on him. No.
Umpires immediately walked away, so you know something's not going to happen there. So we've got a deep mid wicket, a short mid on, and back, and a square leg on the leg side. That's full.
Batsman tried to advance down the wicket a little bit there and probably turned it into too much of a full toss.
Yes.
Couldn't free his hands. The umpire at the southern end is Cole Morris from Mackay. Former teacher, now retired.
His arms out for that one. Yes, he has. It's a wide
ball.
So yeah, it's a big effort by the boys. They come up. They left at 7 o'clock this morning, so they arrived here about 1:30. So 6-hour bus trip, and then same for Wide Bay, obviously. So they probably not as big a trip, but
no, well,
a few of them are a bit closer.
Most of the majority of the side are from Bundaberg here, and you got a couple from Gympie and a couple from Harvey Bay, and I actually don't think anybody from South Burnett this time at all.
I think we had Ashley Sipple last year.
Yeah, Lizard's unavailable.
The great Ashley Sipple.
I was chatting to Coach Simon Gills last Friday night, and when we were talking about the squad, and I said, where's the great Ashley Lizard Sipple? And he said, no, he's unavailable because his brother Mark had gone away for the weekend and no one was home to milk the cows.
Yeah.
So poor old Ashley had to stay home this weekend to milk the cows.
We're fortunate enough to have his 2 children, Jared and Courtney, played our club at West, so they're both going quite well. Our Jared needs a few runs at the moment, but he's playing first grade, and I think Courtney got wickets and runs last week.
Well, I was lucky enough to coach Jared for a number of years in Wide Bay schoolboys sides, and great kid.
Yeah, he's a good kid. He's a quiet kid, but my wife takes him under her arm, and just trying to get him, familiarised with the Brisbane scene and just make him feel comfortable, because he's a talent. He scored a lot of. He came to our club last year and scored a lot of runs previous at Sunshine Coast. In seconds, a couple of good hard hit centuries like his dad does. And we've seen a bit of that form last year, but hasn't quite got amongst them yet in first grade in Brizzy.
Yeah, it's actually great that he's decided to venture to play cricket in Brisbane, because his dad, his brother, and obviously their father, Ray Sipple, who was a very good Queensland Country cricketer, played cricket for Queensland Country. They decided to just stay in the country. For Jared to make the move to the Sunshine Coast Scorchers and now down to Western Suburbs in Brisbane, great for him, because as you said, he's a very, very quiet lad, and but he needs to get out of his comfort zone and to improve his cricket. He needs to get
He's getting a few overs at West, not probably as many as he'd like, but we've got a couple of spinners in front of him there, but.
He's outstanding in the field.
Oh, he's brilliant. Yeah, he's brilliant. That's for sure. He hasn't lost that. So, but yeah, he'll get to get settled, and he'll be fine.
And his sister is lining up with the fire and the heat again.
Yes, correct.
Oh, wide delivery there.
Yeah, it's a bit tough, I thought, but maybe we're on just a little bit on the onside of that, but.
Yeah, Courtney's going around with the Brisbane Women's Heat and the Queensland Fire again.
Yes. Yeah, she should get a little bit more opportunity this year because there's been a few positions vacated there.
Yeah, Sammy Jo Johnson heading
Sammy
back down
Jo Johnson,
south. This is for WBBL.
Yes.
Yeah. Although she moved down
Josie,
there for the Women's National Cricket League as well.
Yeah. Josie Dooley's gone to she's in South Australia.
Yep. For the BBL.
BBL.
Yeah. Beth Mooney's gone to Perth.
Yeah, it's big loss.
And Gemma Barsby will be over there as well.
She's
for
at
Perth.
Yeah, she's playing for the Scorchers and in Adelaide for the BBL.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, hopefully Courtney gets a little bit more of a go. That would be fantastic.
Yeah, it
and
will be.
You've also got their cousin Sam Deneen.
Oh, Sammy, yeah.
Sammy playing first and seconds at West as a wicketkeeper bat.
There's a wicket. He's given it. Yeah, well done, boys.
Dismissed, caught behind, and that would be Nick Kelsey from Harvey Bay, dismissed for 16.
Charles Matthews, that's the first wicket down.
Just watching the replay. Solid outside edge.
We just moved away from the wicket. Moved. Started just inside the red line and then and moved away. So
outswing it to the left-hander. Nicked him off. Keeper took the catch quite cleanly.
That's 29 in the 129 in the sixth over. So
you'll see now some slightly different things happening with COVID. The umpires don't handle the ball.
Ah, right.
Umpires are not allowed to handle the ball at any time during the game. When the wicket's been when a wicket's been lost, the fielders have to roll the ball to the bowler's end.
There might have been a no ball.
They roll the ball to.
I think it was.
Did you see that on the replay?
Yeah, just seen
it. Okay.
Can we have that again? Is that a no ball? Have a look at that.
That's all right. That's all right.
Yeah, we'll take it.
Oh, that'd be. Oh, here we going. Has he got something down? Oh, no, I think he's landed and slid.
Yeah,
no, that's fine.
That's
That's fine.
It's fine.
Great camera work.
Yeah, it's great to have the front foot camera this year. We didn't have that last year, did we?
No, this is a new innovation.
Yeah.
4 cameras we got
4
set
cameras.
up this year.
Yeah.
One on the side screen, one up in the grandstand with Mitch, our whiz-bang cameraman, and we've also got the 2 side-on cameras that are obviously lined up, as you saw there, with the front crease. It keeps the umpires nice and honest.
Oh, he's got underneath that.
And very confident, and that is a maximum.
Yep.
Fantastic shot. Fantastic shot.
Probably a little bit leg side there, so he's given it the almighty there, so it's given 6 runs to the batsman.
Actually, my mistake too. I think that was Gavin Scott that was dismissed then, not Nick Kelsey. That was Nick Kelsey that just hit the 6 then. Yes.
So we've got Loader. That's right.
Yep, Michael Loader.
Michael Loader. He's gone again, but different result.
Michael Loader's
off the leg.
Leg by. Yeah, Michael Loader's a Bundaberg player. Plays with the Waves Club. He's played a lot of representative cricket, particularly for Bundaberg over the last few years. I'm not sure if this is his actual debut for Wide Bay. I'd have to double check that one, but yeah, I'll as the weekend goes on, I'll catch up with Michael just to find out.
Yeah, so that's now the power play finished.
Yep.
So they're going to run a ball basically, 36, 37 runs here. So it's still 50-50 which way it's going to go. A couple of wickets here now, and it can play up a bit for the batting side. We just need now to not let them get away here.
It'll be interesting to see what captain of the SEQ Stormers does here, Troy Cooper, with his field placements. The power play is now over, and obviously he's allowed to put 5 fielders outside the inner fielding ring if he chooses to. Obviously during the power play they're only allowed to have 2 out. But
Spinner stays on, and Karish Anthony. So he's got deep long on, deep wicket, mid wicket, short mid wicket, backward square. So he's in a deep mid off. So he's got 3 out.
I thought his first over was quite reasonable.
Yep. So he's got a bit of extra protection here. And he's just found a gap there, which wasn't a gap. Maybe the guy's a little bit deep there, or need to be stopping ones there. It's a tricky position sometimes. They're right on the edge of the circle there by the looks of it, so it's sometimes difficult to say stay on that circle or charging in. And
it looks like he tries to give this quite a rip actually.
Yeah, it's all finger, isn't it? It's all finger spin. It's all wrists and fingers. He so doesn't get that shoulder.
Left arm orthodox.
Gets right around, does he? But he's got away for full toss there.
Oh.
So only needed to pierce that field and possibly would have been boundary.
Yes, no protection beyond the point cover fielders.
The only deep protection he's got is long off. So he's just got inside that ball, which was travelling down the leg side by the looks of it anyway, so he's snuck away with 2 there. I think he's got some bat on it.
Let's wait for the umpire's signal. If there is a signal, no. Runs to the batsman. One for 40.
So no, he's only got a square leg and there's no 45 degree on the leg side either, so he's hit that nice along the ground to long on. Interesting to see these batsmen these days, with the reverse sweeps and so forth. I mean, that if a guy with a reverse sweep here takes it on, there's plenty of open acreage out there on the offside. Well, he might even be a no ball here.
Look to the square leg umpire.
He didn't call it immediately, so he's
just
looking
at
at each other. Well, I think I would have called it from up here.
Oh no, he's not. He won't have called it because the batsman advanced down the wicket.
Gotcha. Yep.
So obviously.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, getting back to these COVID restrictions so when there's a wicket,
and he's done the same again. He's bowled a little bit shorter than it sort of bounced up reasonably high, so he had the opportunity to get inside it.
Well fielded.
So he's got another run there. So I think that's not a fielding adjustment we have to make. It's a bowling adjustment.
Absolutely.
It's otherwise you just get yourself in a little bit of chaos there.
You're setting a field for bad bowling.
Yeah. He's got away with it. He's probably he's gone for 6 runs off that over. So
a wicket falls. Yes, the fielders are not allowed to continue holding the ball. The umpires can't touch the ball, so the fielders have got to roll it to the bowlers, and it just stays on the ground.
Right.
If the wickets are disrupted at any time, the umpires are not allowed to touch them. It has to be the players that reset them.
Okay.
And every 6 overs, the ball has to be wiped with antibacterial wipes.
Okay.
So over 6, 12, and 18, the umpire will, and actually it'll be Rick. He's responsible for that tonight. For wiping the ball every 6 overs. So, and obviously the umpires don't hang on to the hats.
Oh, right. They put them on the ground.
Put them on the ground, or they can give them to a fielder. But if the ball hits the hat, it's automatically a dead ball. It's not the old.
There you go. Well, it's only about a metre away from it that time, as he announced that one.
It's not the old 5 runs if it hits the hat. They just discarded that.
Sam Strong's the new bowler from the northern end.
Northern end, yeah.
Northern end, yep.
Just bowling some right arm mediums over the wicket. Oh, that was rather full.
Got away with it. Yes, it's
and obviously the other one that you'll probably want to comment on too is that you can't use sweat or saliva on the ball, Dirk.
Yeah, it's just a matter of well, I don't know how they're going to avoid getting sweat on the ball because we've obviously got it on our clothes and on our arms, but
I think you can't use a specific action to put it on the ball.
Take sweat off your brow as a Dennis Lilly action and then wipe the ball. So
Ian Botham under the armpit.
Under the armpits, yeah, that's it. So, but yeah, it's interesting times, isn't it, with this season. So, but yeah, it's all for a good cause, I'm sure. But we just got to, just got to keep that ball nice and shiny. I mean, that's how we did it when we play. We just shine the ball on your nice new pair of grey nickels or something, and we always found that the ball kept quite good. So.
And in a T20 game, it probably not going to have as much impact as it would in a 50-over game or a test Test match or
Exactly.
2-day, 3-day, 4-day game, yeah?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. It was interesting to watch the England-West Indies Test series, you know, the way with all those rules and regulations in it. So the ball did, you know, Anderson got the ball to swing and Archer got the ball to swing. So, so obviously, you know, the Duke ball helps that. But but definitely, and which we're not using in this year in Australia. We're going back to the Kookaburra
for everything.
For everything.
Yep. I've just stopped the trial of using the Duke ball in the second half of the Sheffield Shield season.
Yeah, that's right. I know a lot of club bowlers and a lot of bowlers were very happy with using the Dukes, but yeah, it's interesting. I mean, back in our day, I loved using the Kookaburra. It swung all day. It swung. You know, we kept one side shiny, and you know,
it's
this is Lockie Velicott, I think, coming on now.
Yep.
Number 6. He's the third guy I was thinking of. He was here last year as well. So.
Yep.
So the skipper, the keeper, and Lockie Velicott right here. So yeah, he's a good young cricketer, good all rounder. He'll bat up high on the list and hits the ball strong.
And he just bowls some right arm medium paces.
Yeah, right arm medium paces. Yeah, he's a bit of a mixture there. So his brother plays up at West as well. He's captain of our second grade side. 8 overs gone, 47 runs. So still that one, still run a ball at the moment. So it's not getting out of control, but
no,
a quick wicket or two, and reduces the run rate here. Hopefully, even below that 6. Starts off with a slower ball.
Nice and full dot ball, good loosener.
And once again, we've got the 3 or 4 nearly out. They've got a fine leg, 3/4 away, and then a deep long on, deep long off, and deep mid wicket. Drives the ball. It's gonna
nice straight drive.
One of those deep fielders have got it, so
shot.
Gets nice 2 runs out of that.
Straight to the sight screen down there at the southern end. Yeah, it's actually I like seeing in T20 cricket that as soon as the power play's over, that captains don't automatically just go bang 5 out.
Yep.
You know, he's only got 4 out. He's keeping the pressure on by keeping the extra fielder inside the circle.
Exactly, Jason. Yeah, no, it's a short ball. He's gone to hook it, and he's lost. He's put that down. They got a single out of it. So yeah, these type of things. That's Callum Wilton.
And look, I can. Not that I've actually played under lights here in Bundaberg before, but when we have our Friday night, our Bundy Big Bash.
Yep.
There are situations like that where players who are normally on a Saturday are great fielders.
Yeah.
But under these lights,
yeah.
As you said, they're a little bit lower, and players not being used to them can drop sitters. The
could
crowd
be a run-out chance.
That the crowd thinks, oh, gee whiz, what are these guys doing? But
yeah, it was the same fielder who early in the second, third over put that one down. He come in, overran it.
Yeah.
So he's obviously struggling a little bit with those lights, and hopefully he can adjust soon. It's probably gone. They definitely would have just about went over above our roof height here. So it went above the light and then come through it probably, and then he had struggled with it. So he's fine along the ground there. So, so that's great.
Many grounds in that SEQ corner that are playing a little bit of night cricket that you know of off the top of your head?
The one at Limestone Park, they do play that one-day competition on the 2020 comp in Ipswich on a Monday night.
A Monday night?
Monday night, yeah. And I think a few of the boys are into this Toowoomba thing, but I think that's a Monday night, or Tuesday night. I think they play in Toowoomba. There's a competition over there. I'm not quite up with it all, but But there is.
So most of these guys will have experienced playing under lights at some stage or another, yeah.
But in my time with SEQ, I think, apart from playing up at Harrop Park in Mackay, we've had some night games there. And but this is our first game here in Bundy under lights. I know that. So this is our second time here. But he'll be right after. He'll just hopefully get another catch, and he'll take it, and then away he goes. But I think that is a little bit of a problem with the lowness of those big poles.
I just hope he has the attitude that he wants the ball to come to him.
Exactly.
Still. You know, that's what you want.
Well, he's down at long on, so it's a fair chance. So
yes.
So he's put him in the heat down there, so that's good. Sam Strong is continuing his second over. And he does look strong. He's got a big set of shoulders on him. He could be playing rugby league in the winter, this guy, but he looks a strong boy as well.
Yeah, and
know
speaking
his
of
name.
rugby league, that was unfortunate. Luke Pollock had to
Yes.
pull out of the side.
I text Luke earlier, about a week ago, when I heard he was playing. And I said, because we're good friends with the Pollock family, and he's a West boy, and he does give that. We generally get him in the T20s for West. He wasn't playing a lot of cricket when he was starting to establish himself as a rugby league player for Norths, and for now he's back at the Jets.
Yes.
And so, I was excited to see him because he does give that bit of a punch up at the top of the order. But he pulled out. Obviously, he's got a young family, and that's all fine. But he would have been a great acquisition for us this year.
Yeah, well, I must have jumped onto My Cricket and had spotted him playing some cricket out in the Ipswich competition.
Yeah,
I
he's
thought it was
playing for
good.
Norths. Yeah,
It's good that he's back playing some cricket, because he's always been a good cricketer since he was 10, 11, 12, which is when I first knew him.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he's a Wide Bay boy, isn't he?
Yes.
So, he's Yarraman boy.
Yarraman, yep.
Yarraman,
yep.
So, lovely fellow, lovely family, and we're going to miss him, I think. But
and very handy rugby league player.
He is, yeah. We generally go over to the Jets and over the reserve and watch him if he's playing there, or when he was playing for North, even we used to go across and watch. So as a centre.
Yes, actually, the last time I caught up with him was here. North played a Queensland Cup game here against the Capras.
Right.
And he toured up here with the Northern Suburbs Devils. Devils,
yeah.
He played lock forward second row in his junior days,
Did
but
he?
obviously he's transferred to the centres and wings, and has done very well for himself.
It's a solid shot well fielded as well. So
that was hit very hard.
They're doing some good things in the circle, these guys. So that's good. Unfortunately, a couple of catches went down, so that's the two blemishes. But we're doing good things in the circle. So that's saving runs. It's 10 overs gone, 57 runs. So
they've probably brought the run rate down a little bit.
Yep, that's right. Just a touch. So it's heading the right direction. But obviously, we just need, now they're getting a little bit established, particularly Kelsey. We need to get him back in the dressing room, and hopefully get a new player out here. Speaking of rugby league, my mighty Roosters are playing at another 50 minutes.
Against the Penny Panthers.
The Penny Panthers. Who are you backing? Well, after our dismal 52-point loss last week.
Yeah, I before last week, I would have gone. I honestly would have gone. Roosters will beat the Panthers, because as much as I think the Panthers. Oh, well bowled.
Lockie's got that wicket, that vital wicket of.
That's Nick Kelsey gone.
Nick Kelsey gone. He's looking to put that on the highway there, or over the top of that light pole.
Out into Calvin Street.
Yes.
But unselfish shot there. I know he was fairly well set on in the 30s, but he knew that they had to start upping the ante a little bit, and he's just gone for the huge hoik, tried to clear his front leg, hit right across it, and bowled middle and off.
Yep.
And Sam Strong very, very happy with
Lachlan Vellacott.
Sorry, Lachlan Vellacott.
The wicket taker.
Yes, sorry, Lachlan Vellacott. Very happy.
Yeah, so that's a as we were saying earlier. I mean, we're getting the run rate down a little bit this last over. So now taking a wicket, needs to be. I guess these two guys, or the new batsman, needs to establish himself again. So that's all good news for SEQ. See who that is. Number 14.
I think it's Andy Batten.
You're right.
Andy Batten.
Wicketkeeper.
Yep, he's the wicketkeeper for
That's
Wide
right,
Bay.
yeah.
He's the sole Gympie representative. Sorry, I digress. Bryson Mitchell's also from Gympie. Andy and Bryson are the only Gympie representatives in the Wide Bay side.
Mm-hmm.
And he's been a constant for Wide Bay for a number of years now. In both.
Oh.
That's a great delivery.
A bit quicker, isn't it? He's,
zip through. Tough delivery to get first up.
That's a good ball, So now we're just going to keep working in those areas, guys. I did mention a sort of corridor stuff here now. It's sort of in this cricket, doesn't matter what cricket, but it's just corridor stuff now, and just just get wickets like we do in normal cricket. These guys are obviously nervous when they're starting, and it's under lights, and everyone's getting adjusting to it all. I think it was a big reason why we fielded, so we can just sort of get the nerves out of the way and get some bowling under our belt and get some running in our legs, and then see what we can chase.
It's amazing how that wicket, you can just see Lachlan has just upped the ante a bit more. He just seems to be approaching the wicket a little bit more aggressively.
Charging another 10% in.
Yeah, bending his back that little bit more. It just seems to be zipping off the wicket a little bit more.
Yep.
Except, he's gone the slower ball.
And he's
yes.
got it through where probably first or second slip would have been. It's going to be a good chase by. Yeah, they did get it down there. It's a bit of a bobble, but no, we saved the boundary.
Yeah, Callum Wilton.
He'll
be
again,
happy
so
with. He'll be happy with saving the boundary after the other two issues.
Yeah, exactly. So no, it's going well.
So getting back to your Roosters.
My Roosters. We're just talking about the Roosters. Gavin Fitness is standing next to me too, and a wonderful rugby league, a breeder of rugby league players, I should say. He's got a wonderful little son who plays halfback and fullback. And we're just talking about the Roosters playing in another 50 or so minutes. Less Sonny Bill Williams, so which is fine.
So 2 weeks ago, I would have said the Roosters will beat Penrith.
Yep.
Because as much as Penrith have been going really, really well, I just have some concerns that they haven't played enough of the top 8 sides regularly enough, and they haven't done a lot of travel.
Yep.
So don't get me wrong, I think Penrith,
well, it's at Penrith now.
Fantastic.
It's at Penrith, so that's a big advantage. So, I'm just hoping
that's a nice shot through.
We go back to the old Rooster way, and we can how they have been playing all most of the season. So, but yeah, it's a big ask to come back from a 52-point flogging to try to put everything back in perspective. You know what sport's like. It's all in the head sometimes, and they just got to do that. So
you look at South; they got beaten by Canterbury the week before,
and then gave
the Roosters a touch up. So who knows?
Yes.
Who knows? Either way, it'll be a great game of footy, but hopefully our viewers here will be able to watch this on the live stream and have the TV going on the footy.
That's right.
In front of them as well.
And we also got the mighty Brisbane Lions on at the same time. Haven't
yes.
We, tonight.
Yes. Lions are playing
against Richmond. So a bit of sport on.
Absolutely. And how lucky are we in Queensland that we are able to have so much live sport? If we're in New South Wales or Victoria,
that's right.
Which I don't want to be anyway, but but if we're in
watching
New South Wales,
home and away or neighbours or something, wouldn't we by now? Oh, I thought they were going straight
through just forward a square leg.
He's just got that bad bounce too, just down in that corner.
And 4 runs to Michael Loader.
Yeah, just a little bit of a bobble down there, which he was going down low and then bobbled up about a metre high and got through his arms, and that's unfortunate.
Probably indicative of the dry ground that we've had, and there's a few little places like that in the outfield that a little bit uneven, but as we say, it's the same for both sides.
Lower ball, but he's taken it over the top of the offside. We've got no one deep, but covers come across and gathered for 2 runs.
He really dragged that slower ball down.
And 2 for 69 at just halfway through the 12th over.
Yeah.
So once again, it's been that run a ball, isn't it? So scenario.
Yeah, look, if you're not...
Or he's gone way across to the offside to put it over backward square, but didn't get contact. Some leg buys. Must have been outside off stump.
I'd be thinking Wide Bay would be hoping to get 135 plus at this stage. I think they'd be disappointed if they didn't get that. Stormers, I think, would be wanting to keep them to 120 or under.
Yep, another wicket is crucial here. So it's a nice drive.
Straight to the fielder.
A run out chance, but he's back. Now it could be overthrow chance.
Good backing up there.
Yeah. As I said, they've been good in the circle tonight, the boys, the SCQ Stormers. So, which is saves a lot of singles and so forth. And
Dirk, you played a bit of rugby league for the Ipswich Jets yourself. Did you ever get any approaches from any of the Brisbane-based clubs or Sydney-based clubs to play a bit of footy?
It was just sort of we were only introduced into that state league comp. So Ipswich were only playing the pre-season comp, the Kentucky Fried Chicken pre-season comp.
Yep.
I was had a wonderful couple of games there. I remember playing my first game against South. We played South at Lang Park, and I was in the centres, and my opposition centre was Mal Meninga, and the other centre was Peter Jackson. So I sort of couldn't hide too far from there. But I think we got beat probably. I think it was about 40 to about 25. So that was a great experience. So the following week you line up against Wally at 5'8" and Gene Miles in the centres again, and so it was this wonderful experience. But
it was Tommy Rodonigas coaching Ipswich at that time?
Tommy was coach the year I finished. I remember he rang me and he said, "Dickie, what are you doing?" And I said, "I'm giving cricket a bit of a go." And he said, I can't say what he said to me over the phone, but something like you're weak, you're sort of something, and so and so. And I said, "Yeah, well, that's fine, Tommy, but I'm just going to give this cricket another chance. I didn't want to get injured in the 80. I think it was 85 then, 85 season. So yeah, but it all worked out well cricket-wise. But yeah, no, rugby league was great. I really enjoyed those couple of pre-season games. But yeah, but no, really any offers. I think Redcliffe were interested. If I was keen to keep going, I knew the coach there, and just happy to go the cricket route.
Did you play with Alfie Langer?
No, he's a couple of years younger than me. Yeah, played with his brother Kevin.
Kevin Langer.
Kevin he played at the Panthers, but he was just as good a player as what Alfie was. I thought. We played a lot of age stuff. He played at North where I played, and he was a terrific player. All those Langers were really good footballers and cricketers, for that matter.
Gordon Langton, was he at the...
Gordon Langton, he was another winger, quick as lightning.
With you?
The Jets? No.
He was a little bit after you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just trying to think who sort of guys you probably remember. Got a Gordon Reid from the Panthers, come over from the Panthers. Harry Cameron was another bad bounce.
Tough bounce.
Very tough bounce, but
4 runs.
Change of bowler too, as our skipper come on, Troy Cooper, bowling just gentle offies or just sort of length balls. But no, they were great times. Yeah, it was good to actually get out in the a lot of the major BRL grounds and Lang Park and play against those greats or who were going to be greats of rugby league. Got the ball a bit short there. He's got on the back foot, punched it through the covers. So
4 runs.
4 runs to
Michael Loader. Sorry.
Loader.
4 runs to Michael Loader.
You on next then? I'll stay here. Yeah. I'll go for another. Yeah.
And that's been picked up by Loader behind square.
Nice
4 runs. He'd be more than happy with that particular shot. 2 for 84 in the 13th over. Loader's on 19. Michael Loader 19. Andy Batten 14. Troy Cooper bowling his right arm offies from around the wicket. Completes the over with a dot ball.
Okay. Yeah, you're right, mate.
Got a replay of that last shot. Big stride down the wicket.
Yeah, 160. Gav's leaving me here. He says 160's their total. That's doubling what they got.
160, Gavin Fitness's call.
Another 7 overs, so Gav will be back on shortly.
Change of bowler.
Okay, this is Callum Wilton, number 7, I think it is. Yeah, the guy's had a bit of trouble in the field with the high ball, but let's hope he can pick it up with the wickets. It's a nice action, actually. Sort of an outswing. Predominantly, it looks like he's going to bowl the ball bowling with an outswing action, so probably not on the right end then, because there's a bit of a left to right breeze for him there. But
I'm sure
I think it's settled down a little bit.
Yeah.
I think the wind is. I noticed when we were at Bargara the last couple of nights, it's really got quite breezy there from the coast, but
outside of Chicago.
Yeah.
Bundaberg is the windiest place on the planet.
It nearly blew me chips off me bloody plate last night, mate. It was just so windy.
Before the Seagulls got it.
Yeah, that's right. It was lovely there,
we
mate, but it was quite windy and cold.
Yeah, it can get very windy here in Bundaberg.
Yeah, okay, that's an interesting stat. So he's gone on the back foot, punched it through square, two runs. I think I recall this guy from last year too, the Andy Batten. He was there. He keeps without pads, I think, too. He's very busy behind the stumps. Got good hands.
Yeah, and he's played a fair bit of Schaefer Shield as well for
right.
Wide Bay,
Yep.
as I said, over the last few years, along with this particular carnival.
Yep. Just a little bit short. He's just got it just at square, behind square. Overthrows, no. Backed up well.
So Wilton might be hoping if he can get a couple of wickets here, he might reduce the fines.
Yes. No,
from dropping the catches.
That's right. Yeah. No, that's always a cricket thing, isn't it? I guess they don't forget, do they?
No.
These guys.
They make you pay.
They'll be living in each other's under each other's hats for the next couple of nights. So it's an interesting shot. He's got away with it. He's sort of stepped inside and just lifted it over the top of 45 degree on the leg side. So
not quite a ramp shot, but
no.
Look, he's looking to play 360 degrees, and he's hitting to a space that there is no fielder for the SEQ Stormers.
Yep. And that's that's 2020 cricket. I mean, you just look at the greats how they do it and all the different shots. It must be frustrating for the bowler.
Well, it's not a sport set up for. It's not a game set up for bowlers and fielders. It's a game set up for batters, isn't it?
Yep. And he's been lucky there again. He just sort of got that right at the toe of the bat and got it to Long Horn come in and field it 3/4 away in the infield. But he's looking like he's going to. We're going to get a catch up here. By the looks at the way he's aiming, he's.
Well, they've got 8 wickets in the shed. They've got 6 overs to bat. You know, the aim is to get bat on ball or body on ball, and let's rotate that strike and get as many as we can now, I think. Obviously, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. No, exactly. That's better. He got that one through. He's sort of bowled it a bit wide of off stump there, so he come directly down the wicket to.
Not sure if we'll get a replay of this from side on. I know the batsman. Oh, he advanced down the wicket, but I can't quite tell if he moved a little bit leg side to that.
Yep.
And obviously it was well within the wide line, so the umpire was more than happy that it was a fair delivery. That's a nice square drive, being off balance, stretched, and goes for 4 runs towards the Calvin Street side of Solder Oval. Completes the over.
Now they're ticking along.
13 overs.
Ticking along much better, aren't they? So getting a little bit out of. This is wicket time now. This is a wicket over, hopefully, and going back to spin. I think it is. You got Cherish Anthony back on again. So he was a little bit short in his couple of previous overs, but he's gone a lot. Maximum protection here. There is 5 going out. So only 4 in the circle. The 4 in the circle are obviously at the square points, backward point, backward square leg, cover mid wicket, and cover on just in from the circle.
I think he's. I'll be interested to see how his mid wicket goes out here. It's a very square mid wicket.
Yeah. It's for the short ball, basically, isn't it? So,
be interesting to see what length he's wanting to bowl here.
Yeah, it's probably that's right, Jace. It's probably the of all those positions, there's probably the waist. You could probably come up into where the umpire is or something, just in the circle there. But we'll see.
Good ball to start. Dot ball. Yeah, it's he'll be looking at trying to dot him up here as early as you can to put the pressure back on the batters. The batters will be looking to try and hit a boundary, which puts the pressure back on the bowlers early in the over.
Exactly. Yeah, he's got that fine. He got some bat on that, did he? Yes, he did.
Yep.
Oh, he stumped him. Yes.
And the
well
umpire
bowled. Well bowled.
very, very confident in giving that Out.
It's probably his slowest delivery I've seen him bowl tonight, and he just lopped that in the air, didn't he? Just a little bit more height.
And I thought it kicked a little bit. I think it bounced a little bit.
Yes.
We might catch that on the replay. Definitely not a no ball. Well and truly a legal delivery. And let's have a look at this.
How good is this technology this year, guys? And
oh, no, it didn't kick up as much as I thought. It went through at middle bat height. And the umpire has got it dead right there. How good's that?
Great.
How good is that?
Yep, very good. That's great technology this year. How
Yeah.
good. How good. Well done.
Well done. Well done to
Mr. Devine in the back.
our producer,
in the background.
John Devine there.
It's great technology.
Master of the local sports broadcasting and calling in and around southeast Queensland. Been involved in doing a lot of the local rugby league that's been going on in Brisbane, the In Safe Hands Cup. New batsman to the crease for the Wide Bay Flames. Looking at number 9, Dale Steele, who is, we could definitely say, he's the elder statesman of the Wide Bay side. He's in and around that age of 40. I hope he doesn't get upset with me giving that away. I do teach his son and his daughter here in Bundaberg, and his son's a very keen cricketer as well.
Oh, let's go back a square cut.
So Dale plays for the Eastern Suburbs Magpies here in Bundaberg, which is a new cricket club that's basically taken over from the old Past Highs cricket club. They've aligned themselves with the local leagues club here in town.
Yep.
Eastern Suburbs.
Short of, he's plenty of time to get on the back foot and punch it through to the long on. And gets 2 runs.
So Dale didn't play in this tournament last year. Has played for Wide Bay numerous times, in the last half a dozen years or so. Didn't play last year, but got the call up from coach Simon Gills for this year.
Right. Well bowled. That's a good over. That it's got his wicket, and I think he's only gone for about 4 runs in that over.
Yeah.
So that was good. I did mention we needed to get a wicket that over. The impetus was starting to gain control. Or Wide Bay was starting to gain control of the innings there, weren't they? I thought so. This gives them that.
It pulls that momentum back a bit.
Momentum change. Yeah. Let's hope. It's although I'm sure Dale Steele has got runs in his mind at this stage. 5 overs left. What's that? 30 balls left to go, and 96. So we are looking at something around about the 140 maybe, 140, 150.
Yeah. And look, I don't want to put the mocker on him, but if Dale gets onto a ball, he can hit a long ball. He can hit a few bombs, but it's 2020 cricket, isn't it? Like miss hit under the lights. Ball can go anywhere, and
there's no room. There's plenty of room over covers.
Yes,
for him. We have got a really straight long off and a long on. So he's really straight long on. I don't think that's.
In saying that, the skipper Troy Cooper, he's still. It's the 15th over.
Yep, we've got 5.
16th over, I should say, and still got 5 in the circle. So he's look, all plaudits to him.
Yep,
trying to really keep the even the singles down.
Well fielded.
Excellent fielding in that sort of roughish area out towards the
great arm. Yep.
The Bundaberg Rum Light Tower.
Blade class. Batting on 10, starting to settle into these innings, and it just hasn't quite middled the ball as yet. But
he's probably struggled a little bit with his timing, hasn't he?
Yeah.
That's a very hot caught and bowled chance.
Drove that ball on the up, and
could we say that Wilton's 3rd drop catch?
Well,
could we say that?
Well, I could mention it to the manager. He might. That's 3 fines now.
Well, let's see it on the replay. Did he get Did he get?
Oh, you've got to take those.
Oh.
Don't you? You've got to take those. I thought. No.
He'll be spitting chips.
Yeah.
Here was his chance to.
We can't blame the lights there. It must be a car went past or something. Or turn the torch on in the car or something.
Yeah, headlights.
Yeah.
Spotties.
Yeah. That's better. Just the one.
He might cop a little bit of flack.
Yeah.
Might cop a little bit of flack, poor old Callum. But probably over the weekend at some stage he'll end up taking some sort of a screamer, which...
Yeah, let's hope so. Yeah, he's let's hope he can get a wicket here shortly for him, for his own confidence. And
yeah.
He's bowling quite well, actually. He just needs to... yeah, let's hope he can get someone to catch it for him. He squeezed at it somehow behind square, and it's socked by backwards square, and he's only got the 2 runs, and that's all they want.
Yeah, that's once again, that's a very dry area down there. By all means dive, but you're going to lose a fair bit of bark.
Right.
Down that way. It's the 100 up.
Yes. It's a bit short there. Lucky enough to only just get the single there. He didn't sort of just guided it. Went with that height that was on the offside with the ball and just guided it sort of over the top where Gully would have been, and just got the single there. So
there's a great bit of fielding out there too, because once again I was out there this afternoon and it is quite rough, but that particular fielder down there, actually quite a fine third man. He's not right on the boundary either.
No,
he
no.
seems to be probably 10, 12 metres in, so
yeah,
probably looking for that catch.
Catch, exactly, Jason. Yeah, position for that catch. So here we go.
That's big.
And that's
Steely has got onto that. And you may have heard in the effects mic, the 6 that Dale Steele has just hit, and that could be on the roof, and it's stuck on the roof.
Up there.
The SEQ players have indicated that it has not come down. Lee Watts has indicated we will need a new ball after that shot from Dale Steele. Is that the second maximum of the innings?
Yes, yes it is. Yes it is. We had one taken over here, didn't we?
It's just in front of the Wave Sports Club grandstand.
Yep. So that's not a bad effort. We don't generally see a lot of balls go over the boundary, but so it's only the 2. So they've now 4 overs left. They're 109, so 24 balls left to go. Lockie Vellacott is back in the attack. So let's hope he picked up a wicket in his previous over. So now we've got 2 batsmen who are obviously the same intention to clear the boundary. 7 wickets in hand, 24 balls left. So it's just put the pedal to the metal here at the moment.
Yeah, I think once again they'll be looking at 135, 140. You know, if they can push around that 140 mark, I think Coach Gills will be more than happy with that.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's 20. So it's a run of ball from here. We're we're 133, but I'm sure that intentions will be bigger than that. So 133 will be par score for them at the moment.
Yeah.
So they need to get
140, 150.
Yeah, that's what they'll be looking at. We'll be looking at keeping it at that 130. I'd imagine. We just need obviously. A couple of wickets here, So we keep saying it all evening, but we just need a couple of wickets here. Go bang bang, 2 new batters, and then hopefully we're puts a bit of scoreboard pressure or pressure in the dressing room.
What do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fielders out now, and that's slapped towards
There's another boundary right over the
deep mid wicket, and that's 6 runs to Andy Batten.
Quite effortless, wasn't it?
Yeah, he actually timed that one really well.
It's quite still a big boundary out that way. Vellacott,
Lachlan Vellacott really bowled a heavy ball on that one, really pumped that into the pitch.
Yep.
And
trying to glide it down through the vacant sort of slip area. It's, might have a 3rd man down here.
Batten played and missed. Dot ball. It's a nice strike. through mid-off, down to long-off, just for the single. Timed that one.
He did, yeah.
Just in the last 2
no,
overs.
No feet movement, but he's just shoulders are facing the leg side, and he's hitting it through the offside, and that's
stand and deliver.
That's stand and deliver. That's Dhoni.
Yeah,
that's Dhoni. That's what he does. He just stands and delivers it and puts it in all different areas. It's bowled short. Could be effective. He's getting under the catch, and he takes it.
That's a good catch under the conditions and the circumstances.
Yeah, well done. Well done.
That's
staying in
Dale
the competition,
Steele.
staying in the contest here, the SEQ.
Dale Steele.
I'm not sure who the catcher was.
Yeah, I'll just see if I can pick him up out there. If you'll turn around for me. Very well judged catch. He had to run in towards it. Had to probably run about 15 metres. And Dale Steele probably didn't strike it quite as well as he would have liked to have. I think the fielder, Nick Verenkamp.
Nick Verenkamp.
I think it was Nick Verenkamp. Just want to check that on the binocs there, please, Doug. Out at DGZ Chartered Accountants sign there.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yep. Yeah, it was a great catch. Great catch. Short ball. Had to make probably 20, 30 metres, 25 metres to get to it. So and then take the catch.
Batters have crossed. The new batsman to the crease for Wide Bay is Tommy Kidd. Tommy Kidd's from Harvey Bay. Been playing cricket for Wide Bay since he was 10, 11 years of age, on and off.
See if we can get another wicket here just to slow the rate down a little bit. Well bowled.
Dot ball,
yeah.
Very timely. Dot balls at this stage of the innings. Good over there from Velicott.
All right, I'm about to vacate, Jason.
Thanks, Dirk.
Thank you. I'll be back later on.
No worries. You're going to go over and do some mentoring of your South East Queensland Stormers. Thanks, Dirk. And jumping in is former Queensland Bulls wicketkeeper Gavin Fitness. How are you, Gav?
Good, Mark. How are you, mate? You going well, Jason?
Yeah, real good.
It's a lovely night here in Bundaberg. It's great to be back at the Bulls Masters Country Challenge. It's always one of the highlights of the year.
Well, as we were discussing earlier, I don't know if this sort of stuff would be happening in southern states.
No way.
Under their circumstances they've had. Is there grade cricket being played in Sydney or Melbourne at the moment?
No,
do you know?
No, there's not. I think their first class squad went into a bubble.
Okay.
But then I know there was a few blokes that had gone down from Queensland to Melbourne to play grade cricket, and it never eventuated, so they're back.
Okay, rightio. That's going to make it probably a little bit tougher for their Shield teams, one-day teams. There's a little bit of poor. The SEQ have been really good fielding in the circle across these first 16 overs, but that was a little bit of a mess. I don't think Coach Craig Jesberg would be very happy with that, particularly at this time of the innings.
I guess the lights take a little bit of getting used to as well.
Yeah, for sure.
The high balls. It's well bowled. It's where he wants to be.
Yes, Pereira. We're just going to call him Pereira.
Pereira.
He's got a name that's got, I think, every letter of the alphabet in twice. It's fantastic.
Geez, that hasn't missed by far, has it? It's gone straight over the top of the off
very
bar.
very well bowled by Pereira at this time in the 18th over. Fantastic. Very whippy action. Bustling run up.
So you'd expect them, they'll get one, well, they'd be aiming at probably 150, wouldn't they? With
Yeah, look, I think anything 140 and above now would be a bonus.
Yeah.
If they got to 150, I think Coach Simon Gills will be totally stoked, but Stormers are putting in a solid effort here.
It's better in the outfield.
And not giving away the boundaries.
Yep.
In the last couple of overs, particularly since that wicket.
It's great to see Wide Bay in amongst it.
Yeah, well, as I was saying to Dirk earlier, massive changeover. I think there's only 2 returnees from last year's squad of 12.
Okay.
A couple of those, there were one of the guys couldn't play because he's played too many games of first grade cricket in Brizzy.
Okay.
Another fellow who's got a wedding on up in Rockhampton. So yeah, there's been and just some guys who just not interested in trying out this particular year. So big turnover. As was the Stormers, they've had a changeover of about 8 players as well from last year's tournament. So.
Oh, well, we're getting to look at plenty of cricketers, that's for sure. It's been a busy little time with Bulls Masters, which has been great. The last 4 weekends we've been away on Chemist Warehouse coaching clinics, which has been great. It's a cracking shot. He's run a good angle there to pick that up in the deep.
Pick up 2 runs. Bit shortish there. Shortish there. Pumped out through cover. Lachlan Vellacott might need to pitch it up a little bit further. Oh, he's straight down the leg side. He's over-adjusted. 4 runs. 4 very timely runs for Wide Bay.
Outfield just runs away once you hit a gap.
It's
just,
fast.
Just gone.
It's very fast. And Andy Batten seems to have struggled earlier in his innings with his timing, but he's just started to improve the aspect of his batting in the last 4 overs or so. Dot ball, always good at this time of an innings for the fielding team.
It's really important here that he occupies the crease for the next 2 overs, being the batter that's in and already going. So hopefully he'll be able to clear the fence once or twice at the back end here. He hits him hard, I know that much.
He's got a fair set of shoulders on him, and he's smacked that through mid-wicket out to the Calvin Street side of Solder Oval. But the fielders were good enough and restricted that to a single.
Whereas I'll go down swinging here, I'd say. That's a wide.
Oh, wide delivery. That was well and truly over the batsman's head. He's bowled that very short. He might have had to check his own big toe to see if there was a little bit of a bruise on it. It was very short. He had to really bend his back to get the ball up there.
I reckon that one might have hit Wide Bay's mentor, Carl Ruckerman, on the forehead, that one. Nice shot down the ground. Need to push here, especially with the outfield being a little bit rough in areas, but the ground looks fantastic. As you said, how lucky are we to be sitting here watching the game that we love in such a great environment. Very lucky.
Yeah, this isn't happening in the southern states at the moment. It's just great, isn't it?
Yeah. It's well bowled. It's good, not a bad death over.
Yeah, he's finished the over well.
Yeah. Yeah. So
18 overs gone, 4 for 134. 2 overs to go. probably be wanting, 145 plus, trying to push up to that magic 150 mark that T20 cricket just makes, get 150. It's just a mark that you sort of, particularly in this level of cricket, puts the pressure back on the batting team.
Definitely. Whereas 4 down with 2 overs to go, you'd expect to go at anywhere, between 8 and 10s, that's for sure.
Pereira starts with a dot ball, which he'll be very happy with, as will the rest of his teammates and his captain and coach. Batten really towed that one. Dribbled out towards mid-wicket. No run.
There we go.
Batten's got onto that. And that is 6 runs right in front of the Waves Sports Club grandstand, clearing the boundary line and the fielder at deep mid-wicket and nearly hitting the 2 substitute fielders actually for the SEQ Stormers.
It's a good little battle, this. I mean, first ball, dot ball, South East Queensland grabbed the momentum, and then Wide Bay just grab it straight back off them. It just ebbs and flows, doesn't it, the momentum of this T20 game?
Well, the momentum's gone to Wide Bay now.
Yeah, definitely.
It's put the pressure back on the bowler for the last 3 balls.
That's right.
And he's made the decision now to come around the wicket, which is forced a change in the field.
I think there's a lot to be said too for closing out the innings and bringing momentum off with you, and then you take it back out when you field. But I guess that's the fielding coach coming at me. That's beautifully played. Beautifully played.
So the bowler came around the wicket and they've put the extra fielder to the leg side boundary, and Batten has just leaned back and glided it through the point region for 2 runs towards the Calvin Street boundary side of Solder Oval. Didn't try to overhit it. Two balls remaining in Pereira's over. Massive appeal from the bowler for a caught behind, but umpire Rick Gower not interested in any way, shape or form.
It's well bowled. I guess that's a question that I always wonder is the big fellas smacked him, being quite still at the crease, and now he decides to go moving around the crease.
And
once again
finished off with 2 dot balls.
That's right.
Based on what you just said there,
yep,
Gav.
That's right. Something we always talk to our batters about is being still, you know.
Head still.
Head still, but even if you do give yourself room and that sort of thing, as the bowler, you've got to be still at impact.
Yes, still at impact, yeah. Head still at impact. And he was there.
Yep.
Much stiller.
Well run. Very good.
Tommy Kidd comes back for the second, making Batten push through. I think he was happy to get the single, but the young gun, Tom Kidd. Finishes off with 2 runs there. 4 for 144.
Is it 44?
Yeah, 2 runs. Yeah, 4 for 144 at the end of the 20 overs. I'm pretty sure Wide Bay coach Simon Gill's captain Chris Duff, they'll be happy with, quite reasonably happy with that score. I think, they obviously would have been happy with 150 plus, but obviously a score of 144 puts them well and truly in the game.
Definitely.
They got the runs on the board, and I suppose you say if SEQ get 145 and they win the game, then they deserve to win the game.
Absolutely. Yep. It's the Wide Bay side here. They're going to need a couple of early wickets. There's no doubt about that. Get the batting side on the back foot straight away, and let them play catch up for the rest of the night. So it should be an interesting Interesting battle.
Rightio, so we'll wrap it up there. We'll have a 10-minute or thereabouts innings break, and we'll be back with the live stream probably in and around that 8 o'clock mark. See you then, viewers.
Support your local fruit shop and help Queensland farmers.
One of my favourite fruits, oranges from Gayndah in the Wide Bay area.
And grapes from Warwick and the Darling Downs.
Beautiful strawberries from the beautiful Sunshine Coast.
Hard to beat an Innisfail or a Babinda banana from far north Queensland.
What about juicy apples from Stanthorpe? You can't go past a Bowen mango from North Queensland.
Or a watermelon from Chinchilla. The Bulls Masters are all about supporting junior cricket, and we're all about supporting local farmers. So make a better choice and get into your local fruit shop.
I'll never win one of these.
It's only 3 tickets per month, mate. It's fair game.
Everything all right there, Princess? Oh yeah, mate. I think I'm going to need some more Clipsal products.
Chemist Warehouse is making shopping more convenient with its new Click and Collect service. Just tap to order items online. And it's ready for pickup within just 4 hours. Click and Collect. Try it today.
Hey, Horry and Mocha, can we have some chips?
Mocha, I reckon even you could turn this fella square.
I reckon, boys, we hold that lemon just down the seam. You get your technique right, we'll get that to swing. We'll bend it like a banana.
Bulls Masters like to say thanks to the Brisbane Markets for supporting us so that we can run events like the Bulls Masters Youth Cup.
The Brisbane Markets support all our local farmers, so make a better choice and get all your fruit and veg from your local fruit shop.
Welcome back to Salter Oval for the second half of the South East Queensland Stormers Wide Bay Flames match here in the Bulls Masters T20 Country Challenge. If you've just joined us, SEQ Stormers batted first. Wide Bay batted first and scored 144 off their 20 overs. And SEQ Stormers about to start their innings, chasing 145 runs for victory. Wicket looks very flat. There was no major tricks, no major issues with the bounce of the ball. It seemed to come on quite nicely. It'll be interesting to see how SEQ approach the 144 chase. Gav, in the power play, the first 6 overs.
Just the 2 outside the circle, the third man, the fine leg. Should be an interesting run chase, this. Bit of bounce.
Okay, so opening the bowling for Wide Bay at the northern end, Nathan Van Eekeren. He plays for the Norths Cricket Club here in Bundaberg, the club of Queensland great Don Talon.
Donnie Talon.
Great Queensland Australian wicketkeeper. Now Nathan's fairly new to the area. He played his first season in Bundaberg last year. He's a former South Australian country representative player. So he made the South Queensland side last year, but he's a little bit underdone. He hasn't played a game of cricket this summer so far because he's being from South Australia, being a crow eater. He loves his AFL.
Right.
And he plays for the local AFL Eagles side in the Bundaberg Wide Bay comp, who incidentally won the local AFL competition last weekend.
Well, he would be underdone, wouldn't he?
So he's had a few nets, but I was talking to him earlier and he just said, yeah, nets is one thing and playing in a game's another thing. But yeah, he can zip them through a bit.
It's well bowled too. There's a bit of bounce there now, a bit of carry. I'll enjoy seeing that. It's a good line he's bowling there too. No width. Now, if we go back and have a look at stats, how long has it been? How's Wide Bay's record been in the Country Challenge to date?
Yeah, off the top of my head, they've really struggled. I don't think that they've ever experienced any successes coming either first or second in this particular Country Challenge. We tend to struggle to sort of maintain a bit of continuity in our teams from year to year. You look at a lot of the other sides, they might have changeovers of, and I went through the program, look, they'll change over 3, 4, 5 players.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, Wide Bay have had a 9-player changeover.
Yeah,
you know. SEQ have had a changeover of about 8 players too, but when you don't have that continuity, it makes it probably a little bit tough. And also from the point of view that you have a number of players that make themselves unavailable for representative cricket. Example, this year, Jared Laycock, who made the South Queensland Countryside last year, and who bats well for Wide Bay, he's unavailable for representative cricket this year, you know. So, you know, and Wide Bay have always struggled with their batting.
Whereas it'll be, do you think that well, I know that you've got a Lord Taverner's team now.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's fantastic to see that happening, and they're more than competitive. You know, they're performing quite well.
Yeah, look, and hopefully, you know, there'll be a smattering of those players that will eventually get themselves into this. But it's the old story that where we're located here in the Wide Bay, we're very close to the Sunshine Coast. We're very close to Brisbane.
Yeah.
So plenty of kids who
That's
either want to go and do further study in the southeast corner.
Yeah.
It's not far for them to travel.
That's right, which is great.
And they go to play, either go down there to play their sport, so we lose them from up here, or they're like the Zach Coyneys at Sandgate Redcliffe, or the Jared Sipples at West, who leave the area, and good on them. You know, go and have a crack at trying to make it in first grade cricket in Brizzy.
Yep. And that's the case now with some of the girls as well. Young one from here that I remember seeing a couple of years ago, a young girl called Lucy Hamilton. I've noticed she's in the playing in the Sunny Coast Scorchers side, which is fantastic. Scoring a few runs as well, but from an experience point of view, I saw some live stream the other day of the Sunny Coast versus Wynnum, and it was a tie. And unfortunately, Lucy was at the non-strikers end, and it ended up in a tie. But what great experience for a 15-year-old girl making her way through the cricket world.
Yeah, the first year in for the Sunshine Coast Scorchers in first grade for the women's comp. So and she's still living here in Bundy and going to school here in Bundy, and she's travelling down to play in that competition, which you know, fantastic for her. And you know,
and over the last few weeks, I think I said we've been Emerald, Cairns, Rockhampton, and doing the Chemist Warehouse coaching clinics, etc. That they've been some of the girls that come through are very, very talented young ladies that I expect to see quite a few of them come through the system. It's well bowled, bashing away just back of a length.
Bryson Mitchell is the bowler from Gympie, representing Wide Bay here. Opening the bowling from the southern end. Opening bats for SEQ Stormers. Captain Troy Cooper in shirt number 1, and Harry Dobson at the non-strikers end in shirt number 3. Well, that's some. It's good. It's good bounce, good carry without being express, but it's getting through. Beat the
absolutely hard into the wicket, back of a length. Good carry. Might have been like I think it has possibly nipped away a little bit. However, driving on the up when the ball's bouncing like that. Well bowled again.
Dotty. They have got a third man down here. I just couldn't quite see because of the veranda, but Tommy Kidd's fielding down here.
Yeah, the two outside are pretty standard these days, aren't they? Fine leg and third man to start with.
Yep.
Unless you're opening with spin. I did notice during the middle stages of the Southeast Queensland game of the Wide Bay's batting.
Yep.
The Southeast Queensland at one stage only had 3 outside.
Third man comes into play there. Tommy Kidd from Harvey Bay.
Harvey Bay. The home of Nathan Horrocks.
Yes.
Beth Mooney.
Yes. Didn't really get going in the T20s against the Kiwis.
No.
Sort of got a little bit of a start, but
yeah. I guess they've been. Well, I guess that's match play.
Yeah.
You know, I think.
Yeah.
Because I can assure you, she's been banging them in the nets.
She hits them hard, doesn't she?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. And love nothing more than obviously it's with the sidearm, but I like to compete with them and create a match-up environment in the nets when we can. And Beth Mooney regularly takes me down, to be honest.
So you're still assistant coaching the women's BBL team, Brisbane Heats? Are you still?
Yeah. I do the girls with Ashley Nofke, Scott Presswich, and Mark Sorrell. from South Australia, who's a great coach as well. And then when the girls finish, I slip over and work under Buff, Darren Lehman for the and that's out.
It's out.
It's a big
Caught
wicket.
at mid-off. Nathan Van Eekeren gets the breakthrough for Wide Bay in over number 3.
It's a good start from Wide Bay. Yeah, so the girls go into a bubble next week. I've probably been working with the girls a little bit harder than I probably should have had to, because of the full-time assistant, Scott Presswich, obviously is a very good friend of mine as well. However, I went down to watch him play soccer the other night.
Scott's playing soccer?
Yeah, playing under 50, I might be over 40 soccer.
Okay.
And it ended in tears, unfortunately, where Presto has a full rupture of the Achilles tendon.
Oh no!
So he's currently getting around Queensland cricket on a scooter. But I've had 2 of them. I've had both right and left, so I know what it's like, and it's no good. He'll be in the boot for 6 months. So yeah, I've been doing what I can to fill in for him and help him out. But they're going good. Good group. Good young group. Quite a few country girls in there, as you know.
Yeah, look at it. Talking to Dirk earlier, it'd be interesting to sort of see how they go with a couple of players moving.
Yeah, definitely.
The captain retiring,
Yep.
Kirby.
Yep.
Kirby Short retiring.
Mooney's obviously she's with the Scorchers.
Yeah, Sammy Jo Johnson.
Yep, she'll be a big loss. Sammy Jo as well. But the girls that are coming through, gee, you talk about your Georgia Bowles, and
she scored some runs the other day.
She's banging them.
Yeah,
she's banging them.
some good runs the other day in
Yep.
first grade down in Brizzy.
Yep, and there's a young girl from Ipswich called Ellie Johnson. She bangs them as well. She got 100 in the first round. Playing a miss. And then you got some of the other girls. Gracie Harris has been in great nick.
She got 100 the other day?
That was her sister. She got 80 odd.
Yeah,
Gracie got 80 odd.
Laura got, yeah.
Whereas Laura got 100.
Yes, sorry.
Whereas Laura Harris.
Yeah.
Wow.
We probably haven't seen the best of her yet, have we?
No, she'll hit you for 6 straight back over the side screen, and then the next ball she'll reverse sweep you for 6. We had a centre wicket the other day at uni, and she actually hit her sister Gracie into the car park at uni. So, because we've had to train at uni over the last few weeks due to the Aussie girls being in a bubble at AB Oval. So,
okay. So yeah, good times for women's cricket.
Definitely.
At numerous levels.
Absolutely. It's, as I said, it's exciting. And I got to say, they're great to coach, the girls. They listen. They do their sponges. They pick up everything that you do.
Yep.
And, it's great like that. Well bowled. That's another good bit of fielding. They have started well here, very well.
Captain Chris Duff has gone on the attack for the new batsman, and 2 slips. So, you don't often see 2 slips in a T20 game, but all credit to him. Good to see some attacking field placements. And look, tick to the captain of the SEQ side as well, Troy Cooper. He had the opportunity to put 5 guys out straight away, but no, he decided to only have 4 out when Wide Bay were batting, and tried to keep that extra fielder in the circle just to keep a little bit more pressure on to not getting the easy single and rotating the strike.
That's a good length. As I said, he's just going hard into the wicket, back of a length. And the bowlers will tell you that the top of off hasn't moved. Stays there. And the more they get it through in that area, the harder it is to score.
So the new batsman to the crease for the SEQ Stormers is number 13, Nick Verenkamp. He's on strike now. batting at the non-strikers end, still captain number 1, Troy Cooper. The dismissed batsman for SEQ Stormers was number 3, Harry Dobson.
Just kept the slip in, which is good. I like the staggered field, the short cover that just stops the one. It's a good shot.
He's timed
Off
that
the
well.
tyres. Good bit of fielding.
Kept them to 1. The batsman really hustled there, but the fielder responded to that pressure.
He's got a fair arm too. Rocketed it in. It's actually good to come away on a Bulls Masters tour and get to spend a bit of time on the air with you, Jason, rather than being bagged by Brendan Creevy the whole time I'm on the...
Well, no, Brendan Creevy this tour. What's happened to Creeves? Is he under the pump at school? And
if he hits, it's out.
Oh, rocket up.
Oh, that hurts. That hurts.
Well, I'm okay with that. I'm really okay with that. He had to have a crack at that. That's T20 cricket, and the fielders were doing the right thing, and the throw was just too hard, too fast. They tried to back it up.
Yeah.
4 overthrows, but
now you'd like to think that the Wide Bay boys now will realise that could be a swing of momentum, and they need to be good. They need to close this over out now and get out of this over.
Yeah, that was the fielder was number 5, Hayden Pope, who was a late inclusion.
Oh, bowled. It's good bowling.
He was a late inclusion for Brendan Schultz.
Okay.
Brendan was originally named in the side, but I think the rule was once you've played more than 2 games of first-grade cricket in Brisbane, you weren't allowed to be playing in this carnival. And he's playing for the Scorchers, Sunshine Coast Scorchers.
Yeah,
so I think he's played 3 games for them now in first grade. So that basically ruled him
Ruled
out of this carnival. So
it's a shame.
Yeah, he probably would have come into this side as the Wide Bay Flames
pro.
Pro, yeah, number 1 leading batsman.
Yeah.
English terms, the pro.
Yeah, the pro.
Yes, the pro.
The pro, he bats at 3. Well, back then, what was it? I think it was 40. I think it was 46 overs we used to play in the pro bowl, 23 from one end.
This
Regularly.
is in league cricket
in
England?
Yeah, I had time. I had a few stints over there, Oxford and Bourton Vale, and was up and down through northern England as well. All bowled again. If he hits,
great running between wickets, though. They just
very
both,
good.
Yeah, they both just took off. They backed each other. They backed the call. They made it very easily in the end.
Whoever wins in T20 cricket is a win to the bowler, no question.
Yep.
So, yes, it's going to be an interesting summer to see how it all pans out. With see the girls go into a bubble in a couple of weeks' time, or less than.
This is the heat. The heat.
Yeah, they go into a bubble, which I'm not going into. Which I get. Oh, that's buys.
Is it 4 buys?
4 buys. That hurts.
Yeah.
The only positive is that it didn't take the helmet with him. Whereas, gee whiz, he's got the helmet almost at first, hasn't he?
Yeah, Andy Batten doesn't keep with any sort of leg guards or pads on. Actually, it'd be an interesting one. COVID rule, obviously, with the hat.
Yeah.
The ball hits the hat
Yeah.
from the bowler. It's a dead ball straight away.
Right.
But I think the helmet would be probably different.
I'm not sure. I know if it hits the helmet, you get 5 runs.
Yeah,
I know that
but
much.
under COVID, has that?
Yeah.
That's probably might be a question I'll chase the umpires up with. Scorers, umpire is yep. Okay, change of.
What have we got? A leg
change
spinner?
of
No, medium
bowler.
pacer.
Yeah, young Matty Jackson from the Brothers Club here in Bundaberg. He was
Mighty Brothers.
He was selected in the Queensland Open Secondary School boys side this year.
Fantastic.
But their games against the series against New South Wales, got canned because of COVID.
Yeah, well, that's a great start
And
by the young fella.
Did you see
Look
where
at
the bail ended up, right down there on the
wow
30-metre circle.
Unbelievable.
That's a great start. And this would
That
be
is.
his senior wide bay debut.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Mate, it's, I remember, what is it now? It'll be, oh, geez, have to be 30 odd years ago. I remember playing in the same carnival that you're talking about, Queensland Schoolboys, series against New South Wales, where you play a one-day game and a three-day game. Remember, we played at Mount Lofty High School in Toowoomba, and I remember opening the batting, and first ball I faced, I got hit on the thigh pad, and I thought to myself, and I thought, this bloke's quicker than anyone I've ever faced before.
Okay.
As it turned out, it was Wayne Crackers Holworth.
Ah, yes.
Bowling rockets as a 17, 18-year-old.
He sort of came on the scene really quickly, Wayne
Yeah,
Holdsworth, but then sort
definitely.
of disappeared just as fast as he bowls, I suppose. 'Cause he got
was-
into the Australian squad there
yes,
at one stage.
Yeah,
too,
Ashes
didn't he?
tourist and all that
Yeah,
sort of thing,
yeah.
I think. So, but yeah, he was obviously very sharp, and he wasn't a big man by any means. He wasn't overly tall, but. So 2 for 16 after 4, so we're going at 4s. That run rate's blowing out as we speak.
Yeah, momentum definitely in
That's
wide
right.
bay's favour at this particular point of time, particularly that wicket. Those guys have just got a tiny little bit of a partnership going, but Jackson strikes with his first delivery.
Bowled again.
And follow that up with a dot ball. So promising start for the Shalom High School student.
Nice. They've been impressive, their bowling attack so far.
Yeah, Ikran, Mitchell, and now Jackson. They've
Yep.
been very, very steady and solid. Coach Simon Gills will be more than happy with that, as will Bulls master mentor
Big
Carl Ruckman.
Big Carl will be all over it. Doesn't he love his wide bay boys?
And I'm sure he'll be taking plenty of credit for their great start.
Yeah, he's one of the greats, isn't he? Very proud wide bay mentor. What other? We got Mickey Polson with the. That's a great shot.
That is an outstanding shot. He has picked that up and put that behind square leg for 4 runs. I'll be interested to see if there's a replay of what line that he's picked this up from Jackson. Has he taken this from slightly outside of off stump, or was it coming into the body? That one doesn't show it too well.
The wrong camera. Here we go. Oh.
Here we go.
Middle.
Middle leg, yeah, a little bit short and
didn't bounce.
No, it was
as much.
about bail
Yeah.
height considering the length. Yeah, gee whiz.
Yeah.
Would have expected that to get up a bit.
Well bowled. Well bowled. Good. So the old wide Yorker. So wide bay here. On the verge of winning the power play. Obviously, there's still another over to go after this, but if they can, restrain them to 30 or 35 in the power play, that's a bad ball.
And the
We'll
new
go.
batsman to the crease, Lee Watts, has swiped that full toss from Matty Jackson straight over to the cover boundary for 4 runs. So Matty started the over very, very well, but got hit for a couple of boundaries. But in saying that, 5 overs, 2 for 24. You'd have to say that momentum's still
definitely
with wide bay,
Yeah.
but
well, that's the thing is the game, these T20 games, it can change so quickly. You have an over that goes for 16, 18, 20. You all of a sudden, it's game on again. But they are in desperate need of a good partnership here, the South East Queensland side. There's a lot to be said. I still believe there's a lot to be said for building partnerships, even though T20 cricket is. It's still. I still think it's it's the core skill as a group that you need to be able to execute. You need to be able to build scores.
Well, you want wickets in the bank for the last 5 overs, don't you?
Absolutely, yeah.
So if you can, I know most teams go with the attitude of in the first 6 overs, go quite hard.
Yeah, yeah.
And if you lose, 3 wickets, then you probably got to, steady
you
on.
gotta-
But if you can get that, only lose 1 or 2 wickets in those first 15,
Absolutely.
even 3 wickets, and you
Spot
still
on.
got 6 or 7 wickets for that last 5 overs, that puts it right back on the
That's
bowling
right.
fielding team,
Yeah,
doesn't it?
It does. The bowlers have to be good at the back end then. Yeah, it's something that we talk a lot about with the Heat boys. That's going to probably go, is it? No.
No, third man, Tommy
Good
Kidd
angle.
coming around behind point, picks it up on the boundary, throws it to the bowler's end. Change of bowler for Wide Bay. Dean Krebs from the Brothers Club here in...
Brothers again?
Yeah, from in Bundaberg, has come in as a late replacement for another Brothers player, Sammy Pearson, who I understand injured his ankle sometime this week.
It's no good.
I don't know the
bowling.
Don't know the facts behind that. One of our scorers. Matty, have you got background on Sam Pearson's injured ankle? Knee. Injured knee. From soccer, right? Soccer season's still going.
Yeah.
Thanks, scorers. Soccer season's still going here in Bundy.
Yep.
So he'll be really disappointed. He played for Wide Bay last year. He played in the Bundy side that played against you guys in the Bulls
Right,
Masters
that's
game.
a cracking shot. Very, very good.
4 runs.
He hasn't done much wrong there, the bowler. He's probably executed the way he wanted to, but he's just stayed leg side of it. Just squeezed it out through point, or beyond. It's gone in front of point, sorry, for 4. So, SEQ trying hard here to get back into this one.
Yeah, Lee Watts, nice shot. Well played through the covers. Change of field here. They're putting one sweeper out into the cover boundary. They're bringing a fielder from the leg side across to the point position.
So yeah,
it's a packed offside field.
So it's going to be full and full and outside off stump.
Yeah.
You'd imagine that's where the bowled.
Oh, that was a genuine edge, I believe.
It was.
It'll be interesting to see on the replay if the keeper got a glove to that.
Oh, I think he might have got 2 on it.
Yes.
Jason, I think.
They picked 2 runs up.
I know he's certainly got at least 1 on it.
Batten shaking his head there, so I'd say he's... Here we go. Snick. And...
Oh no, he's got 1 on it.
He's got his right hand onto it. I suppose if there was a first slipper there...
Oh, absolutely. However, in saying that, I'm not... That's another cracking
That is an outstanding square drive.
Wow.
4 runs to the Bundaberg Rum light pole boundary of Solder Oval.
It's Martin Lovish.
Didn't he time that?
If we go back, if just having a look at that footage then, and I don't know what the angle's like, obviously, but to me, he might be standing a little bit too straight, the keeper. I mean, it just looks like he might be...
Yeah, okay.
So what I've always found with keepers is that if you're if you're used to keeping the bowling that sprays down the leg side and all that sort of thing, you probably stand a little bit straighter.
Yes, okay.
However, when you the higher the level you go, the more balls come through those perfect areas that you're after, which allows you to go a little bit wider. Hence, that probably would have hit him right in the waist where he would have wanted it to. So.
And playing club cricket, in the country, you're going to have bowlers who come on and they're not going to be
absolutely
top of off. They're going to spray some down the leg side. So yeah, really good point.
They're going to learn their, they've got to learn their control. Learn to shape the ball both ways. That's for sure. But it's all a learning process.
Absolutely. So you're talking earlier about Brendan Creevy not touring up here for this time round. Has he got other commitments for this long weekend?
I'm not sure, to be honest. I'm not sure. I was with him last week. I was with him last week in where? In Cairns.
Okay.
It was good. Whereas he's was in Townsville last weekend.
I'll just jump in there
That's
and
a
go,
cracking shot.
don't you hate that?
Oh.
You hit the ball that well and it goes
Absolutely.
straight into the stumps.
Absolutely. And there's only one way it can be worse, you know that, don't you? And that's if the bowler gets a hand on it and runs your mate out. So.
Just terrible. But
Nothing
he would have.
worse.
We're probably talking a boundary there. I'm
No
thinking
question.
that's beating mid on and mid
Yeah,
off.
the way the outfield is, it's lightning.
Yeah.
So yeah, but he's still heavily involved in cricket at home, and which is good. He's got plenty to offer.
Yes, his commentary last year, he was happy to put
It's bounced.
have a crack at anyone and everyone who
Absolutely.
rocked up here. He loved
Loves the banner.
loved a little bit of sledging. Nathan Horrocks
Absolutely.
and Ken Healy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, he doesn't miss you.
No.
And I guess that's probably what it is that makes the group as tight as what it is.
And I'll hark back to one of your comments you made last year that you rate him as one of the best bowlers you've ever kept to.
Yeah, definitely.
In your career.
Especially in club conditions. I never played a Shield game that Brendan played in, but in club conditions,
Yes.
especially at Sandgate.
Trevor Hones
yeah,
Oval.
Trevor Hones Oval. Yeah, he was very, very good. I remember one year, I think on average most blokes getting around to get, the good ones that get between 35 and 45 wickets a year.
Yes.
This is going back in our era. I remember one year there, Creevy got 74 wickets.
In first grade.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep. Just
Wow.
extraordinary. But more importantly, geez, he loves it. He loves it. He loves the game. He loves everything about the game. You could. I'm sure that he was definitely the makings of that side that we had at
Appeal,
Sandgate.
Not out from umpire Rick Gower from Rocky. Finished the over with a dot ball. 7 overs gone. 2 for 40, chasing 145 for victory. SEQ Stormers, they've put on a few runs here in the last 2 or 3 overs.
Now we've got a friend that's just rolled up. I'd say at the moment he could be a bit of a gloating friend as the Wide Bay mentor.
Oh, he's shaking the head.
Going at under 6s, Mock, you'd have to be happy with that. Another wicket or so wouldn't go astray. But it gives me great pleasure to hand over to the big legend himself, the big Carl Ruckerman.
Thanks, Gav.
Good evening. Good luck to everybody over the next few days, and look forward to getting back and doing some more time with you, Jason.
No worries.
And, all good. Up the Wide Bay boys.
Thanks, Gav. Good luck with... who are you with this weekend?
I'm with the North Queensland Monsoons, who I'm not sure if they've arrived yet. So,
You would hope they arrive.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
So you're taking over from Lukey Feldman?
From the
The
big
Fox.
Fox. Yeah, he's staying in Brisbane to play club cricket. So.
Oh, of course.
All good. Thank you. Talk soon.
Yep.
Cheers, Mocker.
Cheers, Gav. Change of bowler here for Wide Bay boys. Chris Duff, captain, here in Bundaberg, Waves Club. Coming to bowl his right arm off spinners, little darters. Starts off straight away bowling right arm around the wicket. Hey Carl, how are you?
Yeah, pretty well, thanks. Good to be here in Bundy.
Yeah. Been, what's it been, March? You been up here since March? From the Bulls Masters game? Have you had any other coaching commitments here in Bundy since the Bulls Masters Bundy game?
Yeah, not coaching. I've had another trip here in the meantime.
Okay.
For other things.
Very good. How?
Good shot, that.
Nice shot. That's a very nice shot. 4 runs.
Reverse sweep. Good batting.
4 runs in front of the Wave Sports Club grandstand here.
So a couple of early wickets, but these batsmen are putting a good partnership together now. They, well, didn't have an option. They had to look to do that, and they are. They're doing a pretty good job of it.
Good change up there from Chris Duff there. He just threw that up there, but really slowed it down. So the good reply. Dot ball for Wide Bay there. Well, that's good game awareness there from the SEQ batters. Great piece of fielding. They ran the first one hard. They were looking for two. The throw was actually too good. Hit the stumps. A little bit of a rebound, and the batters backing up sensationally snuck through for another single. So plaudits there to the SEQ Stormers batsmen. Yeah, these two batters run quite well between wickets. They're running that first one really, really hard, putting the pressure back on the Wide Bay fielders. It's 8 overs gone, 2 for 49. Sorry, 2 for 50. The 50's up. So how are things out in the South Burnett Way? I haven't been out there for a long time. Dry?
On the dry side,
Yeah.
yes. I think everyone would welcome some rain in the South Burnett and, well, a lot of areas in Queensland.
Absolutely. I've just come back from up Mono Way, driving up through the north.
Drive through there.
Drive through Mount Perry and North Burnett, and it's through Mono, and yeah, it's super dry. It is super dry. What some of the cattle are grazing on at the moment out there. Must be some farmers really tearing their hairs out.
Well, we're told by those that know that we can look forward to some good rain coming through the remainder of spring and into summer.
Well, that'll be very welcome rain.
Would be welcome. Be good if they're correct.
Yeah, absolutely. Just not this weekend. Just
Not
get
this
over
weekend, no.
weekend,
Well,
and then Monday it can rain.
It's not going to rain this weekend.
Change of bowler for Wide Bay. Tom Kidd coming on from the northern end, bowling some right arm off spinners. So did you come over yesterday? Did you come over today, Carl?
No, come over this morning. I would have liked to have got here yesterday. There was some golf with some sponsors yesterday, and
I believe so.
A lot of fun.
That's going to go for 6. Tom Kidd's been hit out of the ground. Might have actually been caught down there by one of the Darling Downs Suns players who's here as a spectator. I didn't actually hear it hit the ground, so I think he's taken the catch. Pressure's back on Tom Kidd. Well fielded, Matty Jackson. Bit of a partnership developing here between these two. Watts in particular has found some timing, and just put the pressure back on Tom Kidd and the Wide Bay side. Captain Chris Duff still got 5 fielders in the inner ring, which is great to see at this time. Ooh, a bit short. Oh, it's an outstanding effort to take that catch. One-handed, Chris Duff, great fielder, diving to his right, full length, tips his fingers, ball was hit quite hard.
Well, that's catch of the season stuff if he manages to hang on to it, but he did well to get a finger on it.
And could have been game-changing. Verenkamp.
That's game-changing. That's stumped.
Yes, absolutely. The bails have gone flying, and that's the breakthrough that the Wide Bay side needed after a very handy partnership between those SEQ batters. Mate, you've been down in the Wide Bay camp throughout their batting time. What was the feeling in the group, and also from Coach Simon Gills?
Look, everyone's pretty happy with the way it went with the batting. We would have bowled first if we'd won the toss.
Yep.
It was our plan.
Yep.
But we weren't too bothered. Didn't think the pitch was really going to change at all through the course of the game.
Just jumping in there, why would your plan have been originally to bowl first here? What was Simon's or your thinking behind that?
Well, no, not so much mine. The guys just felt like they'd prefer to be chasing, and that's all it really came down to.
And that could also be, not having spoken to Simon or any of the Bundy boys, but this is the very first game of cricket on this pitch for this summer, because even though we've had cricket start here in Bundy, they've played all the games down at Kendall's. Oh, that's high, that's big, and that's 6 runs.
Out of the ground. Over the fence.
That's onto Calvin Street, and that could get picked up in a cattle truck here at any moment, and it'll be going down to Bigara. That was big. So yeah, maybe that was a forethought in their mind that this is the first game and they don't know how the wicket was going to play. But
yeah, there was a bit of that.
Yeah,
they didn't actually. I didn't hear that mentioned, but that's certainly a consideration.
Yep.
And in any case, lost the toss, asked to bat first, and I think they did a good job of it. I think tempo of the innings was pretty good, and 144. Well, if SEQ get the runs, they'll have been too good, but it's a pretty good score, and I think everyone was pretty happy.
And Simon was happy with 144. Did he think, oh gee whiz, another half a dozen runs, that magic 150?
Oh well, you always want more, don't you? No, honestly, happy enough. That's
okay.
Pretty happy with the total.
Yeah, gives something the bowlers to bowl to.
Oh, certainly.
And as we said, if SEQ get the runs, then they obviously deserve to win. Yeah. Any particular instructions given to the Wide Bay boys with their bowling and their fielding from yourself or Simon before they went out?
Oh, I think basically the quick bowlers keep the pretty straight lines was probably one of the things that was talked about. And
they did well, didn't they? Mitchell and Nathan Van Eekeren.
The opening bowling was terrific.
Yeah,
really good.
And Matty Jackson coming on and getting a wicket that first ball.
Yep.
You couldn't have wished for a better start.
No, the start was great.
Slightly slower delivery there from Duff. Batsman plays backwards out to mid-off, no runs. Attempted sweep shot there. New batsman to the crease for the Stormers, number 6, Lachlan Velicott. Still on 0. The LBW appeal was turned down by umpire Cole Morris. So yeah, a lot of new faces in this Wide Bay side compared to last year. Side changeover around 9 players. I think Andy Batten, he's back on board again from last year, and probably Chris Duff. I think they're the only 2 guys that returned.
And just recently, one late unavailability, and one injury forced 2 more late changes. So yeah,
Sam Pearson injured knee, and Brendan Schultz having played too many games for first grade cricket for the Scorchers.
Yep.
In the Brisbane first grade comp.
So I mean, that's a good thing for Brendan Schultz. He's advancing his cricket.
Absolutely. Tom Kidd to continue bowl his right arm offies from the northern end here for the Wide Bay Flames. Velicott on strike. Nice full delivery, plays it straight back to the bowler. Dot ball, good start. That's what you want early in the over. Dot him up, put the pressure back on the batsman. He's got away with that one. He struck that very nicely, Velicott. 6 runs.
That was sweetly struck.
Just in front of square. Funny, one shot puts the pressure back on the bowler now.
Yeah, nobody fielding even behind square on the leg side.
No, I'd
for the off spinner. That's that was hit pretty square, and plus it was over the fence. You weren't going to stop it, but nevertheless, there's a bit of an invitation to hit in that zone. There's nobody out there.
Well, it's a genuine 5-forward field, but bowling right arm off spin. The ball's turning towards the leg side. And maybe the bowler's been told to bowl a little bit wider of off stump, you would think, with that 5-4 field.
Yeah, but see, you don't need that point fieldsman.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'd be having the extra protection on the leg side here.
And covers too square as well, but he's on the fence at cover, but he's too square. But you just don't need that point fieldsman. You shouldn't. You definitely do need someone beyond square on the leg side.
Thoroughly agree. And that's going to go.
Well taken.
Nick Kelsey, is it? Is that Nick Kelsey?
I think so.
Took the great catch there. Yep, number 7, Nick Kelsey from Harvey Bay. He's picked that fielder out, really. He probably could have hit that anywhere he wanted to, and he's picked the fielder out on the deep mid-wicket boundary, and he's taken a great catch.
Might have been clever captaincy. We're up here saying, and it's really sucked them in.
Yeah, what do we know?
Kept trying to hit to the onside where there was vacancies, and too easy, drowned in honey.
Drowned in honey. That's a great terminology. There it is. Probably hit it a little bit high up on the bat. Didn't quite hit it right in the middle. Scooped it up.
Well, did all of that, but really questionable thought process. There is plenty of opportunity on that onside, and you know that deep mid wicket's one fieldsman that is in position. Just about hit it straight to him, and looked like that's what he was trying to do. That was the line he was trying to hit. So asking to get out.
Interesting move though. Nick Kelsey's just taken the catch on the boundary, and they've now moved him into mid wicket. And who's the fielder they've put out here? Looks like Hayden Pope. Hayden Pope on the boundary. Who has got a rocket arm? Where are we? Yep, Hayden Pope came in to replace Brendan Schultz, and he's doing the bigger. Oh, he's doing the big runs too. Hayden Pope's just going from the deep mid wicket boundary, and now he's running down to long on. I'm glad that's not you or me, Carl, doing that. Fair dinkum.
Once upon a time, it would have been all right.
Yes.
Not these days.
No. So, change of bowler here again. It might be Nick Kelsey coming into bowl. That might be why he changed him over. Wide ball to deliver to start with. Yep, Nick Kelsey coming on to bowl his right arm offies. Nick Kelsey from Harvey Bay.
Well, South East Queensland have got themselves up with the run rate here.
Absolutely.
4 wickets down in doing so, which probably tips the scales a little Wide Bay's favour, but the run rate's certainly okay.
Oh, sensible cricket. Couldn't hit it for a boundary, so he looked for a single. Might just check with our scorers. Excuse me, scorers. Are you able to just give us a comparative score when you can, please? That's an outstanding cover drive. 4 runs. Puts the pressure right back on Nick Kelsey as the bowler. Verenkamp moves along to 25 after that boundary. This is currently the 11th over now, or is this the 12th?
In the
Yeah,
12th.
okay, yep. Thank you. So end of the 12th, or coming up to the end of the 12th. Good finish to the over, dot ball there from Nick Kelsey. 4 for 86 at the end of 12. And we'll have to say that SEQ Stormers are ahead of the run rate at this point of time in the match.
After 12, Wide Bay were
2 for 71 Wide Bay were after the 12 overs, after the 12th over. Thanks, Mrs. Catasti, for your scoring updates. So Nathan Van Eekeren back into the attack for the Wide Bay Flames from the northern end. Captain Chris Duff has asked his opening bowler, who did bowl a fantastic opening spell of 2 overs, to come back in and try and put the handbrakes on this SEQ Stormers batting. 15 runs ahead of where Wide Bay were at the same stage of their innings. Verenkamp going along very nicely. And Van Eekeren starts with a dot ball, nice Yorker, full of length. Talk is very good out there from the Wide Bay boys. Only 4 fielders in the inner circle at the moment. 5 on the boundary for Wide Bay. Sneak through for a single there, the Stormers. 87, Devil's number.
Is it?
Apparently. How often do things happen on 87, Carl?
I think it's time someone put some analysis into this.
Okay.
Looked at every single number and how often it's bobbed up.
Yes. Well, that's uppish, but fielder's getting under it and has taken it, but in the process of falling to the ground, Michael Loader has dropped the catch. Tended to move a little bit late there. I wasn't sure if he picked it up early enough. He ended up in quite good position.
Do you know, he did everything right till the last little bit. He was running with the ball.
Yes.
And just when he turned to, well, when it came time to catch it, he decided to try and straighten up instead of just carrying on running with the ball.
Hit to Loader again. That cover, sneak through for a single.
But he had caught the ball. It's just as he fell and jarred, the jarring of his body hitting the earth, and the ball bounced free. So that's a let off.
Absolutely, that wicket would have been very timely for the Wide Bay boys. But Stormers continue to live to fight for another day. Oh, well bowled outside off. Beats the bat, trying to glide it down towards the towards the third man boundary. Third man quite fine down there. Still plenty of talk coming from the Wide Bay boys, being very, very positive, which is great to see. And both teams are still well and truly in this game. Probably the Stormers have probably got their noses slightly in front. It's been a good over so far from Eekeren, no boundaries. It's just hauled them back a little bit. Wide Bay did accelerate their innings in the last 5 overs
Yep.
quite well. He had a few wickets up your sleeve, sitting in the shed there. Andy Batten batted really well, Carl.
Very good.
He was a bit scratchy early, struggled with his timing a little bit, but gee whiz, he finished well.
Had some good ones at the end.
He hit him hard. Little cameo from Dale Steele there. A couple of boundaries. Put one on the roof that didn't come down. Nick Kelsey to continue. Bowling offies. Good start. Full. Batsman played forward defensive, dot ball. Great start. Oh. Nicely worked there. Sam Strong. Uppish through the extra cover region. Batsman running the first one very hard. Got the two easy in the end. Fielder really juggled the ball out there. It's a little bit rough out there. Dean Krebs, I think that was out there. Sorry, Bryson Mitchell.
Nearly turned 2 into 3.
Yes, with the amount of juggles. That's a great delivery. It's a Yorker delivery, but they've been able to dig that out and still get a single. SEQ Stormers. Bulls mentor Dirk Tasler just rocking up with a wry smile on his face. He'd have to be a little bit happy with how things are travelling for the Southeast Queensland boys. Sam Strong digs out that last delivery, dot ball. 14 overs gone. 4 for 95, chasing 145. Verenkamp's the man that he keeps batting here for the Stormers. He will get them home, and probably within a canter. But if Wide Bay can remove him in the next over or two, then the odds swing back quite considerably towards the Flames. Tom Kidd bowling his right arm offies. Gets worked down to backward of point for a single. Verenkamp, see 34. Full toss. Oh, misfield. Okay, comparisons, just word from Dirk Tasler. Comparisons have got a lot closer to that last over. Van Eekeren. Oh, it's hit in the air. Oh, drop catch. Nick Kelsey, who took a great catch earlier on, has spilled that one on the deep mid-wicket boundary. Could have been a turning point. And Kidd has now been hit for 6.
Well, that's what you want after a drop catch.
By Verenkamp into the Wave Sports Club grandstand. And yes.
Well, Southeast Queensland were fairly generous to Wide Bay with their catching, putting a few down, and Wide Bay are repaying the favour.
Yes. Poor old Callum Wilton, the Stormers. He put down, I think we counted 3 catches, 2 in the outfield and a caught and bowled. But yes, Wide Bay have dropped a couple as well. So yeah, repaying. End of the over. 15 overs gone. 15 overs gone? 14 overs gone, sorry. 15 gone. 4 for 106.
So it's at 39 off 5.
So 8 and over, approximately, obviously.
About 8 and over.
And Chris Duff, Captain Chris Duff, back into the attack from the southern end here, bowling his right arm off his. And that's great running again from the Stormers. They've picked up 2 there when it was probably only a 1, but they ran that first one so hard, put the pressure back on the Wide Bay fielders, and they got their 2 runs. And that has been placed very nicely. The cover boundary, 4 runs. 5 runs in the first 3 balls. Pressure back on the Wide Bay players. And Verenkamp brings up his 50. Very well batted.
Very well batted.
Top scorer of the match.
He's a good striker of boundaries, but he's a sensible batsman with it.
Absolutely. Played a very controlled innings. He hasn't tried to overhit anything. He's hasn't taken too many risks. And that is the wicket that Wide Bay have been striving for these last couple of overs. Captain Chris Duff bowls one nice and straight and strong. Strong misses the ball and is bowled.
Looking for the back cut or late cut, but far too close to him. Pushed through a little bit quicker and flatter.
Gone back in his crease a long way. Looks like he's taken off stump.
Done all ends up, but it's a brave sort of a shot. Although the bowler is coming around the wicket, that probably deceived him a bit in terms of his shot selection. Looking for his options, and it was just too close. Plus he missed it. That's part of the reason he did. But
well, he's gone well and truly towards square leg and exposed his stumps, hasn't he?
Trying to create room, but
yes.
Anyway, breakthrough for Wide Bay, so 5 wickets down.
And the new batsman to the crease is Pereira, who bowled quite well for the Stormers. Interesting to see how he goes with the bat. Kendaj Pereira. And gets off the mark, first ball. Left-handed. And what's that? Over. 16 overs gone. 5 for 113. 4 overs to go.
114.
114, sorry.
Yeah, so 31 off 4.
So we've got Matty Jackson coming back into the attack. I think Van Eekren's got 1 over left. Yep, and Bryson Mitchell's got how many overs left? 2. Okay, so you'd think that those... Yeah, thanks, Shelley. You'd think that Jackson will bowl this over. You'd think Bryson Mitchell will come back on and bowl over number 18. Van Eekren will bowl 19, and then Mitchell will close out with 20. You'd think, Carl? You'd think that might be the plan? Something like that? Krebs has still got some overs up his sleeve.
I think they've got to just stick with the quicks. That's the one thing. I think the spins should have seen the last of spin for the day.
Slashing outside off stump. Over backward point. Third man races in. The Stormers rushed through for 2 runs. little bit of indoor cricket skills there from keeper Batten, trying to get the run out by flicking the ball through his legs.
Yeah, well, worth a try.
Yeah. Dot ball, Matty Jackson. Still anyone's game here, which is great to see. That's a nice on drive. Long on, chases in. Oh, if that is a direct hit, then he's probably out, but great fielding. Nathan Van Eekeren down there at the long on boundary. He'll really let that one rip. But the batsman scrambled through for 2. Here we go, side on view. Oh, he would have been out by
long
metre. Yeah, it would have been an easy decision for umpire Rick Gower to give if that was a direct hit. Full toss, slapped down to long on. Van Ekeren's the fielder again, decides to throw to the wicketkeeper's end, and they only get the single that time.
Well, looking to bowl full and straight. That's modus operandi, it appears, from the bowling, and sensibly.
Verenkamp on 53, Matty Jackson bowls a rip snorter of a ball to get through a bloke who's fairly set. Keeper makes a little bit of a meal of it, and they sneak through for a couple of byes. Would have been handy.
It was a good delivery, wasn't it?
Very good delivery.
Just missed leg stump. It was a Yorker.
And did it just miss the lid? Did it just miss the helmet there as well? That's hit into the deep extra cover boundary. 4 runs.
That was some shot, that was.
That was Trevor Barsby like.
I thought it was a leading edge for a minute. That sailed over cover.
So that completes
boundary 6s.
That's yeah, 17 gone. There's 3 overs to go. 5 for 125, chasing 145 for victory.
20 to win.
20 to win.
And I was wrong about spins. Spins continuing.
20 runs off 18, and you'd have to say, if you're a betting man, that the odds are stacked towards the Stormers at this particular point of time, particularly with Verenkamp travelling really well on 57, and Pereira, a good little support act here. He's plugged away to 6 runs, but they've both run really well between wickets. Chris Duff to continue with his off spinners, and that has been a lofted off drive to long off, and they pick up a single. 19 off 17. Right-hander on strike. A couple of minor field changes to cater for the right-handed batsman, Verenkamp. That's a full toss. Off drive. Off drive, down to long off. A little bit of a misfield. SEQ batters make Wide Bay pay for that. Should have been a single, and they've got through for 2. 17 off 16 deliveries.
I think the running between wickets from both sides has been a feature in this game. It's been really aggressive, really good all game.
Yeah, both sides have run well between wickets. 1 short, was it? Yeah, thanks, Shelley. Umpires call that 1 short. So what do we got now? 17 off 15. That's better fielding. Restricts them to 1. $16 off 14 scorers. 16 off 14, guys. Yep, thank you. Dot ball. They're gold at the moment. Dotties. And that could be out. It looked like it was travelling all the way. That is a really well-judged catch. It's probably one of those darker spots on the ground.
Big wicket.
I'm thinking that was Gavin Scott. Boys are giving him lots of fist bumps. Gavin Scott, opening bat for Wide Bay, takes a very well judged catch down at long on, and that dismisses Verenkamp.
Big wicket.
That's the wicket Wide Bay wanted. Nick Verenkamp, an outstanding innings, and gets the appropriate applause from his teammates as he enters the dressing room.
It was a very, very good innings. Should South East Queensland win, it's thanks to Verenkamp.
So that's the end of the over. Over ends well for Wide Bay. Scorer Matty Saw, 16 off 12, mate. 16 off 12. Rightio. It's going to be a great finish.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be a great finish. Going down to the wire at this stage. Nathan Van Eekeren. Nathan Van Eekeren back into the attack. Opening bowler. Plays for the Norths Club here in Bundaberg. Come up from South Australia. He played for the South Australian Countryside 2 years ago. Made the South Queensland Countryside last year. Starts with a very full delivery. Pereira digs that one out. Dot ball. 16 off 11. Van Eekeren getting some advice from the crowd on how to bowl. He started off quite well.
He's looked good today, Van Eekeren.
That's lofted, and that's lofted into space. That could... Oh, great fielding out in the boundary there. Didn't quite get onto it. They still get 2 runs.
Done well to keep that to 2.
And the new batsman for SEQ Stormers, number 8, Charich Anthony. Pereira on strike. Anthony still to get off the mark. Hits him and it's gone. And he sneaks through for the single. Chris Duff, usually very, very good with those. Not probably quite in the same league as Ashley Sipple with the throws, but Chris Duff up there.
We mightn't get just the perfect camera shot, but that just took a high bounce. It might have been on a pretty good line and just bounced a bit too high.
Still a very good over from Van Eekeren so far. Has not conceded a boundary.
Can't afford a boundary.
Great backing up from Chris Duff. Still sneak through for one run there. Left-hand, right-hand combination. The field has to keep moving around. The bowler has to keep changing his line to adjust for the left-hand, right-hand combination. 13 runs required for victory for the Stormers. Matty Jackson charges in. He cannot cut off the 2 runs for the Stormers.
Just a little fumble. As soon as it's a fumble, it's all over. But if you field it absolutely clean and get it out of your hands quickly and a good throw, then it's game on. But as soon as it's a fumble, it's pretty hard to stop it too.
Great running, great running.
When you set back on the boundary and you're running in like that, got to make ground of the ball yourself.
Great running from Pereira and number 11, wicketkeeper Charles Matthews.
Good bowling that. Slow ball Yorker.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, outside off stump. Totally deceived the batsman. Ended up a dot ball, which was a good finish for Van Eekeren. And what are we down to? 11 or 10 runs to win, sorry?
If the scoreboard's right, it's 10 to win, so 6 off that
10.
over.
Yep. 10 off 6, and is it Bryson Mitchell coming back into the attack? Yep, Bryson Mitchell from Gympie. He's going to bowl over number 20. 10 runs required from the Stormers off 6 balls. Now, I'm not 100% sure on these rules here. If it's a tie, is it just classified as a tie, do you know, or do we go to a super over? I haven't looked in the rules, Carl.
Well, I'm pleased you brought it up because it's a high possibility, and I haven't got a good answer for you. I don't know.
I'll have to have a quick look through here. I don't know what the situation is.
Well, there should be super overs, shouldn't there? There shouldn't. You've got to
you
decide the winner. We can't.
You would think so. We'll have a quick look for you. We'll try and find that. Over one, ball 1 of over 20.
Single.
Single down to third man. So we got 9 off 5.
I can't find reference.
No.
But I don't think that's complete playing conditions in the back of the book.
We might have to refer to our umpires and our match referee, Les Bennett, to find out what happens in the event of a tie. And that has been hit quite hard and high and long, and it's a drop catch. And Pereira picks up 2 runs. So we're down to 7 runs off 4 deliveries.
It's a nail biter.
Oh, absolutely! Great start to the weekend. Hopefully, there are many more games like this.
Hope the catching improves.
Yeah, absolutely. And Chris Duff, he is generally a very reliable fielder. It's hit through the gap. Oh, the fielder has not picked that up at all on the boundary. And they've picked up another 2 runs. Did not see that ball out there. 5 runs off 3 deliveries. I think that was Hayden Pope out in the boundary there. Didn't move. Found it very difficult to pick that white ball up. And they got 2 runs as a result. Hit over the infield, 2 runs to Pereira. Three runs required and 2 legal deliveries left. Three runs required.
2 balls remaining?
2 balls remaining. Pressure on both batter and bowler here. Fantastic finish to the game. This was great. Everyone's up. Everyone's up for this. Bryson Mitchell bowls. And Pereira is off. 4 runs. Well done.
He's pretty happy. He's forgotten he's got a batting partner out there.
Pereira, outstanding shot, straight drive, 4 runs to finish the game. He didn't hang around.
Well,
he didn't hang around to shake anybody's hand. He just wanted to charge over to the dressing room and greet his SEQ Stormers mates with a huge, huge smile.
You would be fairly excited to finish the game like that. If you're going to finish it in style, and that he did. He crunched that straight drive.
And he didn't even take a step down the wicket to run. All he did was he's hit the ball. He knew it was a boundary straight away, and he's taken off towards the dressing rooms, to the point boundary, and to the plaudits of his SEQ Stormers teammates. Absolutely pumped. Got to feel a little bit there for Wide Bay bowler Bryson Mitchell, who bowled that last ball after it was hit hands in head. He's had his head in his hands. Obviously very disappointed with himself, but a great game from a cricket perspective, spectators' point of view. Great game to start the weekend with, Carl.
Well, it was, and I think drop catches is the story of the day. Wide Bay wouldn't have made the total they did without SEQ putting some down, and then did Wide Bay finish up dripping 4 or 5?
In that vicinity, easy.
Definitely
easy.
4, maybe 5, and well, you just can't do that and expect to win. It's as simple as that. Take every catch that's offered to you, you win the game.
Absolutely. And look, obviously there's the lights here at Solar Oval are a little bit lower. I was saying to Dirk Tasler earlier on that there were supposed to be newer lights being put in here this year through assistance through the state government, but obviously with COVID hitting, a lot of that funding has been used in other areas, and quite rightly so, to help so many more clubs around Queensland in a number of sports. But both sides have to play under these conditions, and big tick to the SEQ Stormers.
Yep, definitely.
They deserve the win. They were good enough to win.
Look, and I think it's, I'm not sure the lighting, what impact that is, but probably with high balls it's not that easy if you can't see it perfectly clearly. But I think as well, we've got to remember it's very early season, and they haven't played a lot of cricket.
Absolutely.
Taking high outfield catches is something you've got to practice a bit, and I think at this stage of any season you expect to see a bit of rustiness in batting, bowling and in fielding. Now, you don't want to be dropping catches, and that's probably cost Wide Bay the game, but they haven't played hardly any cricket at all, so I think without making too many excuses, that's a bit of an explanation as to why. But I'd say the coach will be lining up some high balls at practice tomorrow before tomorrow's game.
Both coaches will be doing that. Craig Jesberg for the SEQ Stormers, and Simon Gills for the Wide Bay Flames. I think that might take a little bit of precedence in their warm-up, in their warm-ups for tomorrow's game. Just looking ahead there, tomorrow we get to see the SEQ Stormers back on field 1 at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, playing the Far North Fusion. Darling Downs are playing the Gold Coast Thunder on field 2, and on field 3 at the same time, 10 o'clock AM, Central Queensland Seamers will be up against the Mackay Whitsunday Nitros. So if we can call an end to this evening, Carl, thanks very much for your expert commentary. Really appreciate having you on board and catching up with you again. And hopefully we'll catch all you viewers back here at Salter Oval tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock AM. Bye for now.
Support your local fruit shop and help Queensland farmers.
One of my favourite fruits, oranges from Gayndah in the Wide Bay area.
And grapes from Warwick and the Darling Downs.
Beautiful strawberries from the beautiful Sunshine Coast.
Hard to beat an Innisfail or a Babinda banana from far north Queensland.
What about juicy apples from Stanthorpe? You can't go past a Bowen mango from North Queensland.
Or a watermelon from Chinchilla. The Balls Masters are all about supporting junior cricket, and we're all about supporting local farmers. So make a better choice and get into your local fruit shop.
win one of these.
It's only 3 tickets per month, mate. It's fair game.
Everything all right there, Princess? Oh yeah, mate. I think I'm going to need some more clips or products.